And if I sat down with Jay Prince or his son or any of his sons, right, or anybody even associate, Mike Prince or whatever, I would say this to them. The narrative about y'all is that basically that, you know, if somebody is not in line with how y'all think or is maybe in what y'all think is violation, if they're in Houston, I'm not saying all across the world, right? And I think maybe y'all have probably like, we don't give a fuck because y'all Northeast, like I don't think that kind of transfers. New York, to
be specific.
Exactly. But here what I'm trying to say is like, when it comes to Houston, definitely Texas, right? To a certain degree, people do look at the Prince family and there's a people move accordingly.
Exactly.
You know, people gotta, you know.
We don't do that out here. Not in New York.
Not only do we not do that out here,
we doing.
I ain't up here to disrespect nobody's city or what they got going on. But in New York, we abide by different shit.
I might have to go to Houston. I might have to check you in
New York. Wherever we step our feet at, we still New York.
He got family in Houston.
I'm just saying.
Whoa.
I never checked it.
Never.
But if you loud out there, you want to.
We tapping. We tapping. We don't check in though. You feel me?
And I lived in Dallas for 6 years.
We tapping.
I never checked it.
After this interview, I'm gonna check.
Hold on, let me tell you.
After this interview, I might have to do the. Come on,
I'm tired. Nah, fuck out of here. Act. Listen, what I'm gonna say. Listen, what I'm gonna say. Okay, you just said a key thing.
I'm serious.
You just said a key thing right now. You said the Prince family is held at a higher.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. In Houston.
In Houston, absolutely.
So this is what I'm saying.
I got 100 clips.
All right,
nigga out from New York.
Everybody, it's a big thing right now because of Quavo, but it wasn't a big thing when Jake the Jeweler, what's his name, that who got killed down there? Duke the Jeweler. It wasn't from Detroit. It wasn't a big thing about him when he went out there with $1 million worth of jewelry to fuck with them. He was fucking with them. He was hanging out with them. You see,
and died.
And he died. It wasn't a big thing. But now Quavo is dead. First of all, Takeoff. Okay,
Takeoff. Yeah, thank you.
And first of all, this right here.
I'm checking it, brother. Don't laugh at me. I'm checking it.
This right here. Gangsters move in silence, homie. Gangsters move in silence. So what he doing is deflecting the situation on them to another nigga. But therefore, y'all was supposed to take care of that situation, so it wouldn't have been a situation.
Okay, you make a fantastic point, and all y'all could chime in after I say this.
Not to mention the fact that he went over there because he was comfortable.
That's right.
You're not gonna go over there.
No, absolutely no. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all make a fantastic point. I'll say this, right?
Hold on, let me
it's the equivalent to me tapping in with you and you saying, yo, come over here and you're good. Or I'm tapping with you, I'm tapping in with you. I come over there, I get robbed. I'm stripped naked, running down the streets.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. When I came home January last year, 19.
Congratulations.
Wack invited him to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah, I remember that.
In California.
Where you go?
Hold on,
let's go to the Super Bowl.
He called me. Yo, listen, you got people in California, such and such. Yo, we can make it happen. What you want to do? I said, listen.
LA, right?
I said, listen, how much do you trust this nigga, yo? I said, you're not going, homie. I said, because to me, that's a lineup. You're not going over there, homie. We can go. But to me, you're not going because I see that's a lineup. Hold on.
Why do you, no.
Same thing with Charleston White.
Why do you think that? Why do you think it's a lineup?
Asked him to go to Houston.
Why do you think it's a lineup? Hold on. But you got to help me understand. Why is it a lineup?
Because the type of person he is. So the type of person he is, a nigga would love to get up so they can put it on. Yeah, yo, look, we got Hassan. Yo, look, we ran down on.
Well, I tell you what, Act. If Wack 100 walked in this room right now with 30 dudes and they all had guns,
it's on and popping.
But hold up. Here's the thing, right? If Wack walked in this door right now and he closed us in and he got the drop, I always told, listen, no. Here's what I'm telling you. Because I want you to understand, like I tell my wife, if niggas come in my house and you got my wife and my kids kidnapped, we all dying. No retreat, no surrender. I'm not negotiating shit. We all dying. So now when a nigga back us into this corner, the first thing I'm gonna do is go boom. Now we could talk. because you invited me into the trap. When you pulled me into the trap, like my niggas.
I would think I was trying to diffuse, like, whoa, chill.
No. Here's the thing, right? Because then you got to understand something, right? In order for you to be in the trap, in the mouse trap, somebody had to talk. My whole thing is, now I do understand from dealing with you at this point in perspective that Akademiks is living too good to fuck up nothing in his life, and he's telling on everybody. So now, what I would have to do is sit up there and say, nigga, Ak is living good.
Immediately.
You dealing with a 7-figure nigga.
No, I think he was thinking that, bro, put like this. Because when I was trying to get him here, I'm like, number one, I do bear the responsibility if anything ever happened to you. But I have the most incentive to make sure you have the most seamless experience. I don't know what issues you might have. It won't happen here. Right. The vicinity around here, I need to make sure
it won't happen here and here. You don't walk us downstairs.
Oh, my man walk you downstairs.
Right, but he walk us to the door, not outside.
But
when we go to that garage, when we go to that parking lot, they gotta drive by.
But even that,
he don't catch bullets with his teeth.
No.
Catching bullets with his teeth?
And this is I'm trying to still keep it on a camera conversation. My mans who walk you downstairs, the people downstairs, we foresaw these situations that, number one, we're not in here with a bunch of stories like, yo, Hassan's here, come through, right? Nobody will know you're here or ever came here until you're leaving. But of course, not only your travels downstairs, but till you get to your car and you're out the area, I take responsibility for that.
The people at your downstairs.
I commend you though.
Hold up.
Nothing happened on your platform yet.
The first thing the people that
I'm not.
Hold up. Hold up. The first thing the people that you got downstairs with, the first thing they did was to say, "We want all of your IDs." Your man said, "Hell no."
Yeah, that's because it's my man's.
So he said, "Hell no."
That's why even access
No, when we came in, they tried to make all of us sign the book. Like, what are you talking about?
That's my man's. But if it wasn't for him, they got all y'all shit that as soon as some shit happened, they present everything to the police. Go get all them niggas.
As they should.
You know what I mean?
As they should.
As they should, because this is they. But see, here, my whole thing is like this, right? When we come, how that saying go? Whose house? Say what? Run's house. When you in Run DMC house, when you in a nigga's house, we get your hospitality. Jay Prince hospitality. I would never go to Jay Prince's house ever. Like, listen.
It only looked weird recently, though.
Listen.
You know how many people have gone to Houston and checked it?
No, all it takes. Listen, all it takes is one time.
Especially when a nigga die.
Like, hold up. Like for example, right?
He's gonna say straight up, I'm not with that.
Exactly.
Especially when a nigga die, bro.
Than trying to be gang.
Is.
I know who you are. You're not a
Act. This dude right
He's a
here.
black devil, stop.
Is.
That's a nigga that bites you from behind because you think he's people.
That man had to fight 30 years.
And I respect that.
Yeah, but
That, hold up. That man right there, he had to give back 30 years. 30 years.
But it's a little bit of trust everywhere, right? So again,
No.
I'm not a street nigga, right? But y'all walking into this building, right? No, you gotta have a little trust. I'm not a street nigga, right? But
Hold on. We didn't trust you.
y'all don't trust me?
No.
That's lying. Y'all trust me.
Real rap, we don't.
We didn't come here because we trust you.
Come here because we trust you.
No, I'm not. No. Wait. I'm not saying you came here because you trust me, but like once you in this building, like you probably have some trust in me that I'm not hitting a nigga like yo, get 3,000 niggas outside.
No,
we got him.
Listen, bro.
How we know you ain't do that?
Why you think?
Why
you think he just pulled up?
We didn't come.
He just pulled up, right?
I thought he trying to get on the camera. I don't know. Like
He just
He ain't
pulled
on
up,
camera
right?
for a reason.
That's my godson. That's my godson. He pulled up the same way last time when Sakashi was here. An hour later, just to make sure. That's why he just pulled up now.
We didn't come because we trust you.
No.
Yo, Act.
Because we hit.
One of y'all
Because we outside.
We ain't suspecting that you're doing nothing wrong.
He trusts me.
But we ain't trusting you either, though. It's not to say that you're a bad person.
Do y'all think I would have lied to you? Like,
It's not a backlash.
No.
We don't trust nobody.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Hold on. This was my thought, right? So I was texting. I'm like, yo, you know, I'm not trying to make the platform where it's like, oh, niggas are beefing, but we haven't talked in a while. I did a conversation with Charleston White. He don't even live around here. He lives down south, right? And I did that in Miami, right?
You interview a crackhead? Hold up.
Is your
Hold up. Wait a minute. So what you did was, right?
But I don't want you to think I'm setting you up. I would never want to set somebody up. Because as much as I'm not street, I do know when you can't catch the nigga who did something to you, you gotta catch the nigga who launched you. I do know that. I definitely know that shit.
I responded to the point that you said we trust you.
If y'all can't,
we don't even know you to trust you.
Say I lined y'all and Wack had 1,500 niggas do something to y'all, right? Now y'all can't catch Wack because Wack is on the West Coast. But y'all be like, but we know this bitch nigga Ack is right here. We can't catch this nigga. We could catch him. Why would I do it? You get what I mean?
Money has no.
I know. Hold on. Well, I'm.
See, the one thing about it is with him,
with cash. None of these things are.
Listen,
but
he's a 7-figure nigga.
We know who you are for years. You see what I'm saying? For years. We
know
your platform.
Hold on.
Money has no trust, bro.
Nope, it don't.
That's where I come in, though.
Money
Yo,
has no trust.
I agree with you, but that's where I come in. Where I'm like, yo, how could I ever? You know what I mean? Like for me, and I understood it because I'm texting. You know, I was trying to get a date out of him for like about a week, and I'm like,
hold on.
Usually,
let me ask you a question. How much money did you make off of that video that you did with me, Akademiks, and Wack, or all us together?
That shit had to go crazy.
It went. I know it did.
He got a nice.
That shit was.
He got.
Yeah, look, he got that.
So, no.
He can't even look at you no more. You look there.
Podcasting, nigga. That's what I'm
That check was up there. That check was down there.
Yo, hold up.
Stop
Yo,
it.
Ace.
Don't listen to
He
this
said,
guy.
that last video, that was the last video he did in this room.
Right. So
He didn't do no more. He made sure it had to be real.
You cold?
No. Damn, God. Hold on. All right, no. Hey, so that was an epic episode. It was, hold on.
4 million?
4 million.
Crazy. That shit was more than that, viewers?
It's about like a little 70. 70 something. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
You ain't good. You ain't good.
See your wrist?
You ain't good.
I got a little bit.
That's what 40 million views is like? I like that shit.
No. Well, first of all, most of that's to Spotify.
Cold?
No, I just want to shout out Spotify.
Shout out to Spotify.
And by the way, I also want to give credit. Hassan Campbell is part of. It might be the biggest episodes already. I don't know, but it's definitely it's the second biggest episode ever.
What's bigger than that?
The first one we did with me, Wack, and Tekashi. But
without Hassan?
Yeah, but it was a year before. It was a year before, so he has a year time in growth. So anyway, that shit was epic. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, your place, I come in for content. Me personally, I understand that I'm dealing with real niggas. I'm not treating y'all like y'all know bitches or like peons or whatever. I would never try to play with y'all lives, freedoms, nothing like that. I don't want none of y'all do goofy shit. I don't want nobody to throw away their lives. This is really important, right? And for me, I'm just thinking about content. I think Hassan, who's a amazing content creator, I want to do a lot of content with you. I would never want you to do anything or put you in a position that anybody you brought with you, anybody you associated with could ever go to jail. I would feel completely horrible about it, And I'm glad that you even came this time. Like, you could tell, like, this is how Ack is when there isn't nobody around.
But Ack
right?
is the flip side to that, right?
Yeah.
You see how you saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm one of the most controversial dudes on the internet, and you see that. So now when I'm dealing with these different families, right, with these different men that's going home, I gotta consider the wives. Sometimes I had to learn, like, with age comes wisdom. Because I sat back and I attacked, then I sat back and I thought to myself, every wife, every mother, every sister, every cousin, Hassan Campbell is off the hook rack. He's off the meat rack. He's saying crazy shit. And I couldn't see it at first, but then I had to see it when I'm looking at my brothers coming home, and it's like, these niggas done did decades in jail. And some of the things that I say, or some of the things that I do, the consequences of those acts might lead to my niggas going to jail, and I'm sitting in the house eating pizza. So as a man, when you know better, you got to do better. And some of the things that I've done and I've said, I said it off of my own emotions, being poppy instead of being a team. And then I'm looking for my niggas to move as a team off of some shit that they don't even agree with.
Man, real shit.
And that's tough to even say something
That's
about
man shit.
and check yourself.
Yeah, you gotta check
because
yourself.
it's easy to point the finger at everybody else, but when you wake up and you check yourself, it shows growth.
Yup.
You get what I'm like,
shows you a man.
and this is something my pop, something that we speak all the time. He said, he said, if you do something to somebody, apologize. He said, you know what makes you a sucker? When you do some sucker shit and you stand on the sucker shit you doing.
Facts.
He said, if you do something wrong, you pull your man up, you pull whoever's around you, and you say, he used to put me up about certain situations. You doing this? Listen, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are you doing this? And if you're doing this, we could figure it out. And know what I mean? So that's just what it is. Like, that's what it is. Like, checking yourself is very important in this game. And not only checking yourself, having people around you that tell you, that's not it.
Yup.
That's true.
Mandatory.
You can't just do whatever you want and you just feel, I just do whatever I want.
He do a
You
lot
see
of
Poppy
shit
got mad.
on the internet.
You feel what I'm saying?
I don't really watch it a lot. But I get a phone call.
Well,
Watch Hassan, he wildin'. I look, I call him.
How's that conversation like?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yo,
What that
conversation? Yo, what? Like,
how do you take it? Because I know Hassan from a certain perspective.
Here's the thing.
I've never heard Hassan saying, I can hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna.
Here's the thing, right?
I know Poppy. I don't know Hassan.
Here's the thing, right? When I feel like I'm right, nobody can tell me nothing.
Real shit, though.
But sometimes I feel like I'm right at that moment,
Real shit.
and I'm not right at that moment. And I pointed out a certain situation. I did a live in my house, and I'm not gonna say against who or what, because I ain't giving niggas no light. But I did a live, and for the first time I had Swelly on my live, and I had you on my live, and at that moment I'm beefing with a sucker nigga or whatever the case may be. But I just put them on camera. And now I gotta fix Hassan, Campbell, and Poppy because Poppy wouldn't even did that. So now when these niggas is in the club and they in a certain situation, on the internet, you just told the FBI and everybody else we got beef.
And it's what's so important about checking yourself. He called me the next day, Swelly, I gotta give you an apology, baby bro. I said, what's up? He said, da-da-da-da. And I said, and this was our exact conversation. He said, I gotta give you an apology, baby bro. I said, listen. I said, I want you
He
to
didn't call me.
Look, no, he called me.
Thought about
he
it.
said, I gotta give you an apology, baby bro, because who you are and what you stand for. I said, I want you to understand, son. I'm with you under any circumstances, but we don't gotta do the internet, bro. I said, I'm with you under any circumstances, bro. In real life, bro. That's with everything. So if we fine, we fine. If we not, but I'm with you under any circumstances. But I appreciate he called me your baby bro. Look, baby bro, you are who you are. You from your situation. I should never did that. Cause you the baby bro, and I'm supposed to be teaching you better. And it's not. And I told a couple of.
How'd you get to that? Not to cut you off.
Because you gotta understand that now. Hold up.
Yeah,
you got the babies and you got the OGs.
Yep.
Everything that I say and everything that I do, they don't co-sign because they have a wiser, older dudes have a wiser perspective, and they can sit up there and say, here's where you wrong. Now, when you sit down and the elders tell you, if I'm right, I'm going to stand on it. If I feel like I'm right, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm nobody's yes man.
Facts.
But my whole thing is that when my brothers talk to me, I got to consider, because there were certain times and points where I felt like my ego got into a way. I'm a nigga that's used to, when it's beef, you don't say my name or play with my name. Not because of the niggas around me. You don't play with me. Now that I'm becoming this Hassan Campbell niggas, everybody playing with me. So sometimes I got to get out of my feelings and say, you know what? That's broke nigga shit. Because here's the reality of it. You see all the niggas that's around me? If I could play my cards the way I want to play my cards, every nigga that's around me is going to have what the fuck they deserve legally. Niggas is going to get $1 million because the niggas around me deserve that. Everybody been through some shit, and we come from where they claim they come from, but niggas is honorable dudes trying to figure out a way out of no way. When I say I am my brother's keeper, I'm literally trying to figure out how me and my niggas can make 6 or 7. Like, give us 6 figures. Give us 5 figures.
Nah, 7. Fuck that.
Whatever we could get, but let us be able to sit up there and feed our families.
Right.
When you see me on the camera, I don't give a fuck. Don't call me on your camera if I can't put my niggas on it. I don't want to be on it because I feel like at this point in time, it's like, yo, anytime a rapper, I don't give a fuck who you are. And then let me say this to the camera now. To all you groupie ass niggas that's up and coming rappers that's opening up and doing shows for other rappers, right? If the nigga that you opening up and doing shows for ain't posting you on his Instagram, Facebook, and putting you down with everything that they doing, my niggas, you gonna see my niggas on everything that I touch or I'm not touching it.
Right.
If you can't shine a light on a hungry nigga or up and coming nigga, whatever you want to call it, and everything is about you, you a sucker. And now we living in today's time where niggas is trying to shed a light because they know their careers is over.
Yep.
So now you want to tap into the young nigga. I don't want none of my niggas to be opening up for a rapper, doing shows for a rapper, and nobody even know who the fuck you are, but you not promoting this fucking rapper. Niggas gonna know. When this episode shows and this shit's on Spotify, everybody gonna know who my niggas is and what they names is. What we do from there is what we do from there. But we know what you're not gonna do is, you're not gonna have my niggas back seen in the fucking club, making you feel safe. Then you go home and nobody know who the niggas is, and these are all artists.
Holding you down in the club.
And what's so special, he been a
lot.
man of his word with everything.
Really?
He come, yo, look, listen. Look, baby, bro, look, this is what we on, da-da-da-da. Come on. This is what we did. And I feel like it go hand in hand because with us being the youth and like Mac and Pop, the OGs, and it go hand in hand. Because there's times where we talking, I be like my Uncle Jew and him and Pop, it was like this. I call him, yo, Unc, that's not how this go. He be like, look, Unc, I'm outside right now. So your time was your time, but I'm outside right now, Unc. That's not what's going on, Unc. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm not disrespecting nothing you saying. You know more than me. I'm your nephew. But I'm outside, Unc. This is what's going on. He be like, yo, you know what he say? Yo, nephew, I love you. No big eyes, little U's.
Hey, listen.
My brother right there, right?
Wait, what that mean?
That means nobody
we
bigger than the
respect each
other.
other.
We
Nobody
respect
bigger
each
than the
other.
program.
No big eyes, little
Listen,
U's.
let me tell you something. You will never hear me say what I do for him, but I tell you what he did for me. Like in a lot of situations,
Say that again. No, hold on. Say
you will
that
never
again.
hear me say
Say that
what I
again.
do for him, but I tell you what he did for
You
me.
gotta hear that.
And the one thing, there was times where I didn't have $1 in my pocket. I didn't even have to hustle. He made sure I could take care of my family. My nigga got me my first car. I was like, yo, I need this car, this, that. Certain things I needed to do or I felt like I wanted to do. This ain't you.
Thanks, sir.
He told me, that's not you. You're not that. This is who you are. Hassan, Poppy was a killer. I'm not watering nothing down because I'm a family man now. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how ill your illest killers was. They wasn't fucking with me. I was a killer. I don't give a fuck who they was. I was nasty with my shit. And I always kept 1 or 2 niggas that was just as nasty as me, and we would have took off your whole crew. When it was time for me to sit in the house, my nigga told me, go home. I took care of my family without doing nothing in the street. So anything I get, when you see my nigga standing besides me, he took care of me when I was hungry. When I was running around the same way I criticize these niggas out there, you having unlawful sex, bringing kids in this world, and you couldn't take care. I couldn't take care of them. But I realized as a man, at this point in time, if I can't provide for a woman, I don't even want to have sex with you. It don't feel right.
Papa come to my block 2 weeks. I see him today. He won't come back to next week. So when he come back to the block, he see, yo, what's going on over here, Max? Something happened? I'm like, nah, such and such. You know, we got into it with these niggas over here. Yo, why you didn't call me? Because I don't need you over here, yo.
What up?
I don't want you to come over here, yo. I got this, yo. If I need you, I know where you at. But I'm not gonna use him to fight my battles. Yeah.
Yo,
you see what I'm saying?
Real shit,
I'm not gonna use him because I know what he's gonna do. It has been situations.
Why wouldn't you? I'm asking a green question.
That's about being a man,
Because
though.
when a nigga, yo, listen, let me tell you something.
You don't leave
Everything
your
I'm
man.
hearing you say, you saying like you willing to crash out.
And I
want to crash out niggas to fight my back.
Listen,
About your family.
let me
no,
tell you.
crashing out was never the good thing.
Let me tell you
But
something,
about
right?
your family.
In situations, I've been in situations. Like even when my nigga Ant, shout out to my nigga Ant. He tell you, Frank, Joe, I don't know Hassan Campbell. I know Poppy. We've been through our situations where we know. But even still, when you love somebody, I'm not letting him do that.
Exactly.
That's all right.
But the fact that you know you got the win, you know you got the win.
When you love somebody, you don't send them to war over bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? You protect them. You feel what I'm
Been in a
saying?
situation where he told me, Mac, nah, stay in the car. Let me get 2 clips. I'll be right back. I'm like, nah, no, you stay there. I'll be right back. I'm willing to go with him. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, nah. You do what you do. Let me do what I do. Because he know his lane. You see what I'm saying? It was times he came to me before. Yo, I got some niggas, they want to sell some drugs. Hold on. That's not what you do. Listen.
I'm not a drug dealer.
You're not a drug dealer,
And he
homie.
taught me that.
That's
You
not
had to
what
check him like nah.
Well, hold up.
Through you.
Hold up. On some real FBI, I'm gonna give y'all a fake situation where this man gave me some drugs. I fucked up a lot of money. This is fake. This is entertainment,
Listen,
my nigga.
I did mine. I went to jail for mine.
And my nigga told me straight up and down, like, yo, dogs, this is not you. So he taught me what my lane and how I could play my position, doing certain things.
How did you know that wasn't you? Because like you in the streets,
Hold- listen,
trying to get money.
Listen.
How do you know what's you and
When
what's
you
not
want
you?
to get money, you're going to come in that street in an early age to get money. You know why? Because you're going to pay attention to the niggas that's getting money. So you're going to observe them. All right, I want that money. Oh, I want to rob. Oh, I want to do this.
Or if you come up under older niggas that's already getting money.
Yeah, so you learn from a young age by
I'll give you a
watching,
better situation.
observing.
I'll give you a different scenario. I hated me forever touching dope or crack.
Why?
Because that destroyed my father. It destroyed my father was like the number one thing that hurted me in my life. That I just wanted my father. My whole life I just wanted my father. And I was just seeing so much shit that was like it was just bottling up with me. I just wanted my father. The dope games destroyed my father. So I always hated it. So then when I found myself playing in the dope game, crack game, I was never the drug dealer, I was the enforcer. Always. I couldn't even tell you how many grams formed to an ounce. I would never sit up there and lie to you. That was never my lane. But I took over blocks. And I hated it. So I never had the opportunity for the feds to stop me from selling drugs because I was never good at it. It was always the drug dealer that I kept in a certain position. But at the same time, I hated myself for it. I hate when I sit up there and I look at the news and they sit up there talking about they caught 100 keys. I'm sitting up there thanking God because that didn't destroy somebody's mother and father. Now to another street nigga, he like, yo, that's the mother load. That shit took my father from me. And I remember my father being humiliated. He was a dope fiend, being beat the fuck up. All types of shit was going on. And I kept saying to myself, all the shit that I experienced as a kid caused me to go down the path where I went down. When I actually decided to pull the trigger, I was a different nigga. And I tell y'all, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I be sitting up there and I look at niggas. When it came to me being behind that still and being in the streets, you gotta compare. When you put me against certain names, you gotta put me up against the best of the best because y'all niggas couldn't fuck with me. I wasn't a drug dealer. I had fire, fuel. My anger came from my family being destroyed.
Do you have regret for that though?
No! How the fuck do I regret us becoming enemies to us? That's when I tell niggas all the time, we scoring points against our own people. And when you start to realize that we hurting us, why the Italians tell you when they mobster movies, they even tell you in the movies, just give it to the niggas.
Facts. Facts.
Ain't no pussy like our woman pussy. I don't give a fuck if it's Spanish, Brazilian, Jamaican. They separate us. Ain't no better feeling than be around a festival of black people enjoying blackness. But everything that we have and everything that we build, they take it and capitalize off of us. And then we sit up there and say this punk shit. Because in America, the number one thing that we had was hip hop, right? Mm-hmm. And then we sit up there and say, the only thing that we got, we give this shit to 1090 Jake and fucking China Mac. So now when history is rewritten, it didn't belong to just black people. It belonged to white people, Chinese people, with the Chinese balloons going on all over America. And we know we in a stage of World War III, but we feel like China Mac is a black nigga that done sat back and went deep.
What's your issue with China Mac?
My issue is you got a Chinese nigga.
He says he grew up in the hood.
He grew up in the hood. Where's his black wife?
He said he grew up in the hood like...
I asked you where the fuck is his black wife?
He said he grew up in the hood like Hispanic people grew up in the hood.
Is his black wife? He ain't got a black wife. What he got is an addiction.
Who's his wife?
He's listen, China just... China just told... Listen, China just told... America...
That spy balloon was crazy.
America just told you...
Y'all seen that spy balloon?
That America has a spy balloon, right?
Your nigga told me China had a gender reveal party over the U.S., bro.
Hold up.
It was a gender reveal party, dog. It was a gender reveal party. Yo, that's crazy. They flew it from Montana to Myrtle Beach. It was a gender reveal party. It wasn't even a spy. What up?
Let me just ask you something right now. Because you green.
You
say what kind of lime green?
Lime green.
So
I am Jamaican though. Hold on.
Okay,
hold on. I gotta hold out my little flag.
Now you in the room with us, right?
Yeah. I'm here with y'all.
Right?
Talk to
you in the
me.
room with us, right?
Come on now.
You feel the love between us, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of gangster. Not really.
Let me show you. Let me show you how original our love is.
Tell me.
He just met them today.
Facts.
Yeah, but he probably could sense the synergy. Like they from the same cloth.
No,
I'm not from the same cloth.
It's not even that. It's because this has been my nigga 30 years. Day one.
I could tell.
Right? I know him through him. But if he introduced me to somebody, that's family.
Exactly.
I know them through him.
Exactly.
He introduced me to them, that's family.
He been laughing at all my jokes. He fuck with me.
Right, but this is what I'm saying.
I'm gang, right?
This is what I'm saying. So
gang. I'm gang.
If I see them anywhere, if I see him anywhere,
That's right. We rocking out.
we rocking
Rocking out.
out.
That's a fact. That's how we
That's the
rocking.
bottom line.
That's dope.
Rocking and rolling, bro.
He met him through me.
Rocking and rolling.
He met him. Listen, he was here. Him and his brothers and them was hearing mad feedback from the.
Yeah.
Do it again.
We go again.
Yeah.
I got you.
Just take it
Nah,
out.
we got it on tape. We get a lawsuit. Act gonna pay.
No.
Act got 7 figures. He gonna pay. Nigga.
Listen,
What is he talking about? That's gang. Like gang. File a lawsuit snitching.
Like I said, that's this shit.
Yo, but 1090 J told me that. File a lawsuit snitching.
but listen.
We gonna talk about it.
Last year, he used to call me like, "Yo, what's up with Hassan? Nigga saying he this, he saying he that." He said, "But homie, you know I'm rocking with you. I fuck with you." I said, "Listen, homie, I don't fuck with rats, and I would never, ever introduce you to a nigga that's like that, homie. That's my man, and I'm gonna ride with him to the end." You know what he said? Say less. I'm riding with you to the end. That's it. Bottom line, homies.
Now let me make something clear.
This is the type of
let me say something.
That's
Hold
fucking
up.
dope, but
Hold up. Let me
I feel
say
like that's
something.
almost like
Listen.
old school because like these
Let me-
days,
listen,
I don't
let me-
feel like
let me-
people
let me
go
say
off
something
that.
on camera,
That's really
right?
dope.
It's about a cloth you cut from.
Let me say something on camera, right? Real quick, right?
About the cloth.
Hassan Campbell has never testified, ratted on anybody, but I'm gonna say something in front of the room of people that's here, right? When I came out on Africa Bambaataa, they said to Hassan Campbell, "You COINTELPRO."
What I mean?
That means I'm a government. They try to set up. They said that I was a government witness to take down a black man. So what I did what I did was right. Now let's make.
They would say that's Tekashi, right?
Now let's make something clear. Make something real clear. Me and Eric Bennett, tattooed on my arm,
Eric Bennett.
my co-defendant,
Okay.
in a murder case, went to trial. Eric separated his case. I told him to separate his case and tell on me. And I also
told him to tell on you?
I told him, no, we gonna get to this, because he beat trial. I copped out. Right? Because you getting some shit that nobody never heard. You heard a piece
told
of
him
it.
to tell on you.
Listen to me. I told Eric to tell on me. They separated our trial. So he told on me, but he didn't tell because they couldn't use what he said in my trial.
Why not?
Because they separated the trial.
Okay.
So whatever he said was based off of his trial. So when Eric went to trial, he beat trial. Now, in the situation, Dennis Taplin, Boston Secor, in the paperwork they said that I held the nigga while Eric shot him. Right? That wasn't the case. The case was I was on the run in Connecticut, and when I was on the run, Eric turned himself in. After I got caught, he turned himself in. So they actually charged him with the actual murder instead of accessory of murder. So now, in this case, Eric goes to trial. He beats the case. I cops out. When I come home from jail, and I decide to tell on Africa Bambaataa for being a child rapist, this is what happened. They went and told the world because they had all the celebrities behind them. Now, all my brothers is in jail. I'm an emotional train wreck, the nigga that you raped as a kid. I told Ahmed and Africa Bambaataa, if you niggas don't change that statement, I am going to go to the precinct and tell them, because being that you just turned me into a rat and I've never ratted on anybody in my life, Ahmed and Bambaataa was the getaway drivers when I killed homeboy. So now my whole thing was, if you're going to turn me into a rat, I'm going to be a rat. I've never told on anybody. When I went to court, Bam is not in jail right now. Ahmed is not in jail right now. Never wrote a statement. I could be sitting up here lying. But my whole thing is, if you're going to turn me into a COINTELPRO and tell the world after you raped me that I was a rat, then I'm going to go to the district attorney and tell him that you actually was an associate, and I could be lying. Now, here's my thing. When niggas sit up there and say, oh, you ratted, I went to trial, copped out at trial to 1.5 to 4.5 for a murder. Now, mind you, I was also locked up for shooting Max on Trio. Everybody know who the fuck Max was. Max told on me, never told on him. When I got locked up, when I got shot up, they told on me. I coughed up blood on the doctors. I can't talk.
Oh, the three.
Yeah, I was charged with shooting 3 niggas. Never told on anybody. But I don't give a fuck what anybody feel, right? When I write my book and I talk and I speak on Africa Bambaataa, I want everybody to know about all the little boys that he fucked at 8 years old and 9 years old and 10 years old, and they all became murderers. I don't give a fuck what nobody feel about what I feel.
I'm going to ask this question, and I'm asking this question also giving a disclaimer that I might take this out if it get too real. Because I hear this shit when people try to get at you, and they say, well, nobody disputing the fact that yo, Hassan is a nigga who was really in the streets and who was really about that action. But if he was about that action with other niggas, why he still ain't get at Bambaataa? I don't know how to say something. Bambaataa. Right? And again.
I did.
As I said, I'm down to take this out.
Do you see Bam in the street?
I'm down to take this out.
Listen, here's my thing, right? Bam is not in the streets. As soon as all this shit happened, he ran to the UK. He ran back to Brazil, the same place where he was charged with sleeping with a 12-year-old, 13-year-old little kid. He got locked up for. So my whole thing is, this man got international charges for fucking kids.
Nasty nigga.
And I'm the only one, and everybody knew what he was doing, that said enough is enough.
Yep.
So my stance that I take is not held on anybody else's. Normally, what I say, and even still, when they told me to go to court on Bam for raping me, I didn't. But the world is going to know. And if I be a snitch for telling the world this nigga fucked all these kids, and damn near half the niggas that he fucked became murderers, then let me be a rat.
That ain't even a snitch, because I ain't gonna lie. Pedophile worse than a rat.
Hold on, I was just about
That's the one thing in the world that's worse than a rat. A pedophile. You a disgusting motherfucker, bro.
I was just about to ask
Like,
that,
for real, bro.
like when it
That's
comes to
that's
certain
some disgusting
situations,
shit, bro.
and you guys obviously have some situations, like y'all been in the streets. Like when it comes to situation where if a woman speaks up saying a man raped him, or if a woman speaks up saying a man beat him,
It happened again anyway.
all right, leave it right there. Yeah, they try. Hey, they try to find a destination, you brother.
What's your question?
So the question is, when it comes to situations where, you know, say a woman goes to the police and says,
This is worse than the pedophile in the rat.
nah, ain't no more falling.
Go ahead.
So here's the question. So when it comes to a situation where a woman goes to the police and says, I've been with this man, and this man has been beating me, or say a woman who might have met a guy at a nightclub and said, well, this guy actually took advantage of me and I want to speak up and I want to tell the police. Those people, the streets don't look at, like when it comes
Not
to
at all. They could do that because they civilian.
I'm glad you said that.
Hell no, that's different.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's innocent.
Especially if you're a civilian. You know what I'm trying to say? That means you don't have nothing to do with the street.
That's innocence.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
I'm also bringing that in because also
I'm glad
Hassan,
you said that.
Hassan was like, you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm glad you said that, right?
That's way different.
Because I feel like at this point in time in my life, I'm a fat, ugly nigga with money. I was always the pretty nigga. But
You still lie, star.
when a bitch sit up there and say certain things, when a bitch sit up there and say certain things to me, you a dub. So, like how Charleston White presented himself, right? Talking about he ate the pussy, and then she said she didn't want to. Like first and foremost, right? The fact that you would sit up there and say that I can eat your pussy, but I couldn't fuck, I slap the shit out of you, bitch. I'ma slap you like hypothetically speaking, the old me, I'll slap the shit out of you and kick you down the whole flight of steps. Like, get the fuck out of here. Don't play with me like that. New York niggas is different. New York swag is different.
Let me explain.
That means like, listen.
What the
Charleston White was running around talking about bitches that he raped and took pussy from.
Oh yeah.
New York niggas don't move.
He said he was joking though.
Listen,
I don't know if you was.
hold up. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? The one thing I know about me and my niggas, right? Where we come from. We tell war stories, and we don't like, there's a difference. We do, but we don't. We don't kiss and tell. We'll tell our right-hand man. But everybody ain't gonna know that we fucked. Because the reality of it is, if I fucked you, bitch, it was a privilege. So for me to run around and sit up there and say, I fucked Foxy Brown, like Foxy Brown was nothing to us if we smashed him. So we ain't got to run around and sit up there, no, he was like, he wasn't even, like Foxy Brown wasn't even the baddest bitch we fucked.
Keith Murray.
I smashed a couple of them back in the day. I ain't gonna bitch no day.
Listen. My nigga right here, listen.
He said, Hey, yo, big shout out to the bro Haas, first of all, you know what I mean? My big bro T-Mac, Academic for sure, the two bros we just met.
Of course.
You know what I mean? My man Nimrod, y'all can already find us and you know, catch me on Iz Hoffa YouTube. You know what I mean? The real Iz Hoffa. Let me give him a shout out to my man.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
No, but hold on. Is.
Yeah.
What's the name of the family?
Oh, that's Hellbound, Star. You already know that. Star Nation. Hellbound, Star Nation.
Coming soon. Akademiks coming soon.
Yeah.
Because y'all, I don't think y'all understand. Akademiks is going to teach y'all about the streets through street niggas now. On the East Coast.
So we got the Star Nation apparel. You know what I mean?
That's all to ask you about. Like put like this. You know. Again, I've always told people when they watch me, I realize a lot of people watch me, but they want me to be everything. I can't be the street nigga and also be the I am who I am, right? But who
you
I'm
can't
not.
be street because you lime green.
Yeah, so. And you're right. I'm but hold on. Whoever I'm not, I'm not shy to say, well, let me ask the person who's like that.
Yeah.
But
Let
you
me
know
sit
what?
down and
I
ask with
respect that more because I know who you
Yeah.
are. Like I said earlier, I know who you are.
Okay,
But you got
so-
people that's in disguise that act like they, and then that's where everybody gets twisted.
So I guess the question, you know, like people want to know, well, what platform or how could they hear your opinion on shit? Because I always tell people, don't come to me for the street. Like if y'all come to me for the street shit, y'all gonna be misled because I'm gonna say all type of shit. Like, don't come to me. I've always said that. You know the reason why I like niggas like Haas is like, yo, bro, like if people come to me and be like, yo, yeah, we just want to know what the streets is saying. I'm not telling what the streets is saying. I'm telling what I'm saying. I'm not the streets.
Facts.
Sometimes even when, you know, when Haas is like, yo, listen, I got some of the OGs in here, I'm like, shit, I want to hear what y'all really, you know, and even then, like, I don't know if you got to go immediately, because even like the Gunna situation, I want to talk about too, because I ain't gonna lie, I feel like these days, people are confused, and even people who ain't even in the streets, right?
But see, that's the problem because they think they ready for all this shit, but when they go down, that's when they flip.
Exactly.
Now you see they doing all that. The gun is the good. You doing all that shit. Now you in the feds, and how you get out though? Because you're not ready for that.
Is that a snitch? No, hold on though.
Oh, he's a rat?
That's
No, I'm asking y'all.
Clearly a rat. That's not even no
Alright,
debate.
first of all,
He not ratting.
What?
Nah, he's a cold hard rat.
He's a
Hold up.
We talking about Gunna.
Hold up. No. I'm gonna hold up.
We all see the
Listen.
Yeah,
Hold up.
but
I'm gonna let the OGs. Let the OGs talk.
He's a rat. Yeah, let the OGs talk.
The judge for his bail
Let them
hearing,
vote.
and the judge
I know they
said,
gonna
so
vote, right?
you admitting that YNSL is a music group and a gang? Yes, they are. That's it right there.
But even beyond that,
That's it.
she said, so you have knowledge that YSL gang members and associates have committed crimes.
Yes.
Ma'am.
That's-
You are a fucking rat.
Hold on, he say not
What are we
taking the
talking
stand. Though. He
about?
not taking the stand. He say not.
doesn't-
He say
don't
not
have
taking the
He said it
stand.
already. He don't have to take the stand. It's over with.
Hold
It
on.
don't got nothing to do with him
wrote
taking
the
the
stand.
stand. He
Let me-
done told now.
I know I'm lime green, so these my guys, by the way. They're like, we just having a good discourse. Hold on. All right, but him saying that, right? Is it a point of ignorance, right? Like, well,
What? We not saving him.
That's the point I'm
We
gonna
not
try to
saving
get out of
him.
this
Nah,
shit.
I'm going
I'm trying to go home. Fuck my Spanish bitch.
Hold on,
I'm trying to fuck my Spanish bitch that I walked out with.
your man's right
Jump in
there.
that
Your man's
Lambo.
right there. Y'all get locked on anything.
We got locked on shit.
All of a sudden,
we got locked on shit.
Okay, all of a sudden he bust free. You see him
never
in
bust
court.
free on nothing.
All right, hold on. I'm not saying it has. I'm making it up. I'm making it up.
I'll let you
I'm making it up. I'm
go
making it
ahead, go ahead,
up. He
make it up.
come
Go
out.
ahead.
He said, "Hey, listen. All I want to say is that me and this nigga, we in a gang. That's all he say." And they ask him,
Why are you saying that, bro?
That's nobody's
He's trying to get
Why
out.
are you saying
That's
that?
nobody's
because he want to get out.
If we really a gang, that's between
so
us.
you
That's
telling.
not for us.
So if you saying that because you want to get out, that means you
You want to
telling.
go home or you want to go to jail?
Yeah, bro, that means you telling. This is the thing, right? Once you trying to go home,
No, hold on.
you say anything
We
to
gotta wait for
incriminate a
Thug to
nigga
say
you
it,
with,
though.
you
We
telling.
can't really call it.
No.
We gotta wait for Thug.
No, you don't.
We gotta wait for
No,
Thug.
you don't have to wait for Thug.
Thug
No,
Lord
if it was
already
a
said.
situation with y'all, you gotta wait for your
No,
mans.
No, you know why? Listen.
Why?
Like we kind of had to wait for Shotty with 6ix9ine. type
No,
shit.
but that's different, though.
Homie, listen. He went to a grand jury before he went
Oh, yeah,
to that
that's true.
judge.
Before he exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
What he did behind the closed doors got him to the judge.
Yo, a nigga not fighting for his life, right? And
this
why
nigga
he's
know
fighting
too
for
much
his
about the
life,
legal system.
he's
I ain't
telling
gonna
you,
They gave
yo,
him 200
go
They
say
gave
I'm
him
done. Go,
200
just you good.
They gave
Nigga not fighting for his life, yo. You just go home. I'ma just fight for my
360
life.
months.
You telling we a gang
Hold up.
leaders?
Hey, wait, hold on. Hold up. I'm
They
here
gave
to
him
say.
Hold on.
200.
Hold on. I'm gonna get to wait.
Nigga not gonna fight for
Wait,
his
hold
life
on,
and
wait.
let you
Hey,
go
get
up
the mic.
there and rail him.
I'm explaining.
That don't even make sense.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get right to your.
So he said they gave 360 years, right? So when I went to
360
trial, people, 360 months. But people don't understand that. So my family, everybody came deep to the court to hold me down for the trial. We blew trial. So now the judge say, boom, 360 months. Nobody understand what's going on. So it took like a minute first.
Are you crying? That
So hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm a bitch.
Took like,
Crazy.
I'm a bitch.
so
I'm
now
crying.
everybody's in the
That's
court
crazy.
and they counted. They was like, what's that?
Yeah, you start counting that shit. That shit crazy.
Same thing.
And then
Nobody
all you
but
heard,
calculator.
all you heard
That
was,
shit crazy.
everybody started crying. They didn't know how much time that was. That's 30 years, bro.
Facts.
Oh my God, 30 years? Whoa!
I ain't nah. Go ahead, talk about. I ain't
Wait,
had,
no.
Nah, I ain't had
No,
nothing
after,
like
okay,
that.
okay. After, so that's 30 years. Like, how does that happen? What happens with the fam after? Like, how is everybody?
Down.
Oh shit, you know they
break
got.
their spirit.
It's of course, but it's like what we don't understand is they bidding with us if they love you.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm trying to say?
That's
So
they bid too. That's they bid too. Speak on
while
it. That's they bid
while
too.
I'm doing my bid, I'm wilding out in there. I'm just going crazy. I'm doing whatever I got to do. I don't give a fuck. I'm in Big Springs. I'm in California. I'm in Texas. I'm everywhere.
I'm trying to catch up to him every time.
And my mom's had to finally tell me like, yo, you don't understand. We bidding with you.
That's right.
It's worse for
You
them.
all over the world, and we want to
Worse
see
for
you.
them.
And that's what made me slow down.
Because they're scared as
One.
that something gonna happen.
And then I'm like, damn, I gotta change this shit up. Cause I wanna go home to my family too. My son in the streets wilding, my daughter, you know what I mean? So I'm
That's
like,
not
all
good.
right. Yeah, I got a son and a
You
daughter.
ain't get that shit cut down. You did the whole 30.
No. That's what I'm about to explain right
Oh, I
now.
bet.
So because I was staying out the way, I put in for compassionate release. So that's like dealing with your health and all health issues and all of that stuff. And the judge, he dubbed it at first. He only gave me 3 years off, so that put me at 24. But being that I kept staying out of trouble and like, what it was is, most of us, you know, we in the street. So the first thing we think is whatever, bring it. We looking for the bullshit. I had to understand that how to avoid the bullshit. You understand? Like we still go, whatever, but I had to learn how to avoid it. So now wherever we go, we in the background watching. You know what I mean? And I'm like, nah, stop. We ain't doing it like that. We worth more than that. We worth millions, stop. And that's what we about to do. All of us. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm glad to be in the circle with y'all real niggas. We real niggas do
And you
real
want to
things.
know what's so crazy? One of my older
Salute,
homies
Star.
told me the other day. Salute.
Let me
He said, yo, Swelly. I said, yo, what you doing? He said, I ain't going nowhere without it, and I ain't going nowhere I need it. I started laughing. I said, what you just said? He said, I'm not going nowhere without it, but I'm not going nowhere I
That's
need
a real line too.
So once
And that's
he
the
made-
avoidance that I was talking about.
It's the avoidance where,
Yeah,
and that's
that's what I was
somebody
talking
that I
about.
know that he's everything he say is, yeah, bro. If I gotta go somewhere and I gotta make sure I'm not going.
Now, act.
Yeah, that don't make
Here-
sense.
yo,
If you
here's
think
the
you gotta
crazy
have
part.
it if you need it.
Here's the
then
crazy
listen.
part. When niggas start saying Hassan Campbell's not outside, right?
He outside. Just
Nah,
know.
he's
No,
outside.
no. I want y'all to understand something. There was a time and a point.
Always. Too much.
No,
sometimes.
no, actually, here's the truth.
Actually, he wasn't outside.
No, actually, there came a time where my wife was the backbone. And all the women, no matter, I was a fucked up nigga. I didn't know how to love. The women in my life held me down. I was picking the kids up and putting them on the school buses. After school programs, karate, stuff like that. I was too busy to be outside because now I was a real father instead of a real nigga. I'm gonna say that again. Now I'm a real father instead of a real nigga. And my niggas that was in jail, I was taking care of their kids, helping to take care of their wives, and didn't even know how I was gonna do it when I was doing. But then when I started getting money, I took care of everybody around me and realized that, yo, if I fall, I can't take care of these niggas like I know I love my niggas. I love my wife. I love my family. There's only a certain, like, family is bullshit. When they say blood is thicker than water, like bullshit. No, it ain't. Because some of my niggas, like that nigga right there, some days I don't even like this nigga.
That's a fact.
But I know what he sacrificed for me. And I know if I'm at the top and that ain't Jay-Z and Tata,
Yeah, it be like that.
I gotta take my brother with me. What I'm gonna do, sit up there and play with just my wife and my kids and my brothers ain't there with me? Put me in the grave, there's nothing left.
Let's say that on the word style too. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say you're gonna have a brother that's closer than your family.
All the time. That's,
You know what I
that's
mean?
us.
Well, anyway, yo, Haas, real quick, I'm gonna let my man Nimrod talk, and then.
Oh man, I just shout out to all my brothers, man. Glad to meet all y'all, man. Again, man, I'm Nimrod, man. Just follow me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Akademiks, man. Shout out to brother. Just Nimrod, baby.
Nimrod, if you got one
Federal,
thing, if you got one
Wu-Tang.
thing that you could say to the younger brothers that represent you in your earlier days, what would you say to them?
And don't go with the flow, be the flow.
That's hard.
That's
hard.
I tell all my
And it
youngins
came
that.
natural too. He didn't have to
Came
think
natural.
about it.
That's hard.
That's hard.
I just tell them don't go with the flow, be the flow, be you, man.
That's how I live.
So I'm trying to follow people, man.
Right,
I ain't
that's how I
never
live.
do that, man.
Real shit.
Shout out to my uncle Frank Matthews, man. He taught me a lot, man. Just don't go with the flow, be the flow.
Real shit, though.
That's fire.
All right, so I'm rolling out. Big shout out to my man Academic. Y'all appreciate you, Hassan. Good to meet y'all, star. You know what I mean? My bro T Mac. Yo, I love y'all. You're
Facts. He's having action.
Hey, I also want to say, and thank you, brothers, for coming out, man. You know what I mean?
for having me, bro.
No.
But act, what you got to do is act. What you have to do is right.
Yeah.
We on the East Coast. It's our coast, not nobody else's coast. You don't have to check in, but you do have to make yourself familiar with the rules on our side.
That's a fact.
And what I'm telling you is that if niggas gonna sell you the streets, get it from real street niggas. Because the reality, when you look at the comment section on the niggas that you see, you ain't just dealing with like Hassan Campbell is a fat nigga that be sitting up there like Mac be snapping on me. Like, nigga, you had food on your shirt, you fat nigga. Yeah. Like, I'm a fat nigga eating up everything. Like, look at this belly. Like, look at my jelly in my belly. Nigga, I'm eating.
Yeah, stop.
Hey, y'all got jelly in my belly. My whole thing is, when you dealing with niggas that's gonna sit up there and educate you, when you wanna move in these streets, there's certain rules that you gotta play by. You don't play by in the streets. These are not your rules.
Hey, by the way, I also, just through conversation, I want to salute to my man right here. I don't know too much about him, but from what I've heard, right here, I feel like
Swally Rico,
he's conveyed to me that I think his father might be incarcerated. Or have been. But he learned a lot of lessons through that.
Yeah, facts. Right.
And
appreciate you, OJ. You heard? Yep, definitely. Bro, be good, man. You heard?
From everything, like there's a lot of passion.
He ain't incarcerated, but his pops are OG. OG or OGs.
A lot of the passion that I hear from you is what you've learned. Yeah. And I could tell that you stand on it 1,000,000%.
Oh yeah, fact. A lot of the times, not to cut you off, Act. A lot of the times, I'll be going through shit, and then it's like I'll be having to catch myself because like I'm dealing with things, right? And then I might have like Hassan with me or certain people with me.
Slow down, Haas.
I might have
know how to handle that.
I might have certain people with me, and they be like, "Yo, Swelly, you gotta understand, you had that in the crib." Every day, all the time. Fact. So the way you thinking and the way these young niggas thinking,
his daddy,
it's different.
Hold up, his daddy, right? His daddy snapped on him.
He went crazy.
Yeah. I asked him a certain question when he gonna talk about what the certain situation was, right?
He ain't even play.
And his father, I asked him a certain question and he didn't answer it the way his father wanted him to answer that question.
Yeah, he ain't play.
And his father snapped.
Yeah, he ain't play.
Like the next time Hassan Campbell asked you that question, he said, "Don't tell the truth.
Don't be like, media straight and nigga. You know where we come from and what's like
this nigga right here, right? I had a conversation with him, right? I thought I was saying something. I didn't know he didn't have his mother. So when he said that, I almost cried. He had his daddy. Some of us had our mothers, but didn't really have our mothers the way we needed them because our fathers know when to be firm and when to give us a hug. Our mothers will sit up there and say, "Oh, right, I'm gonna teach you how to be a man." You woman, you can't teach a man how to be a man. A man knows when to hug his son and when to push him and say, "Keep on going."
No disrespect, but a woman always gonna be either too soft or too hard. She's not gonna have that balance.
The man has that balance.
The man has that balance.
And then even still, sometimes a woman will see the struggle in between the father and the son and say, "Hey, you know what?
Yep.
Let me be the bridge between the both of them."
Shit. Facts.
And not be that voice, because some women are deadly. Some women will sit up there and say, "I hate your daddy."
Yep.
So I'm gonna make you resent him through the way I treat you. I'm gonna make you resent him through the way I treat you.
That's a fact.
And you're never gonna know what life feels like loving your daddy because I hate him, and you have to feel some type of resentment.
You gotta hate him too.
And you know what's so tough? My pop's situation was different because my mom's, she was the one like, I'm going.
Yeah, and that's a rare story.
And my pops was like, that's my daughter, that's my son, they going with me.
Rare story.
They not going with my mom's, they not going with my pops, they not. That's my son, that's my daughter, they going with me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So his situation was so different because his thing was like, so as I got older, I understood what he sacrificed. Like, oh, nah, yeah, Dad, I'm older now. I get it. I understood what you sacrificed. When I first started doing the music and I'm getting my motion and we got whatever we got going on, he's like, yo, that's something you want to do? Yeah, let's get it. Do me a favor. Finish school, I'm with you after that. Just do this for me, though.
Shout out to Kool-Aid.
And shout out to Big Leg, because let's make this clear. Man. He was an OG to all of us. Yeah. He was a father to all of us. It was deeper than just, let's get this clear. It's enough just taking on that father role without having a mother in that life with your own kids.
Yeah.
He took on all of us. You feel what I'm saying? It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 kids. And he fathering all of us.
We all in my crib. I'm talking about
all of us.
We all in my
like,
crib.
Shit different.
We all in my crib. My mom's is, he like, they're in a room. I don't care if it's 50 of them back there.
Facts.
Leave them alone.
Real shit.
I don't care if it's 50 of them back there. I don't care what's going on. Leave them alone. And his bot was just like, and I asked him one day, I said, yo, Pops, why you did all that? He said, my thing was to watch y'all, and my thing was to be there for y'all. So whatever y'all wanted, that's what I had to fight for. My thing was to watch y'all and be there for y'all. And,
real OG.
And this is something I say about Poppy, Hassan. That's the big bro. Everything he said, he been a man of. He stood on his word.
Man, his word. Shout out Poppy.
Hey, I do want to ask you about, so I seen you commenting on it. It's such an interesting situation. So, Troy Ave, I think he's going to come up here not too long from now. I'm a little tired. I've had him up here before.
Tell him to come with me. I'll come with him because I don't have no animosity towards him, but I'm willing to tell him to his face.
Hey, I want to have that, but I don't want it to be attention out here.
See, here's the thing, right?
You know what I mean?
Listen,
like I kid you not.
Listen,
that's what I was thinking, but I'm like, I don't want.
Listen, if you tell Troy Ave and me at the same time, like for example, Mav Hoffa tried to get me and my son on his platform at the same time, and my son said no.
Really?
Because my son can't play gangster with a real nigga that's been in these streets that got questions. I don't want to be a gangster.
My son gangster though.
I will put my finger in your butt if you ever say that again.
Pause.
You don't hold up. Don't listen. You listen.
My son was just telling me he was gangster. That's what he told me.
When Biggie went to jail, right?
Yeah.
Biggie man said, yo, you the star. We gonna go to jail for you. When my son went to jail, my son was the star. The niggas in the street said, nigga, you go to jail. My son was one of the, for me, from what I feel, when me and X, niggas don't know X the way I know X. When me and X was sitting in that fucking car with the hidden compartment, let me stop because he working on a pill. When I sit up there and I say me and X was sitting in the cars and we was doing certain things, I got my first Rolex with me and X. Listening to my son in the car, my son, Lefty, gun up in it. I heard songs before he was that. My son was never a street nigga. The street niggas around him, when he got locked up, made that nigga. My son was supposed to be the next best rapper ever.
Hold on, can I say one thing? One thing I don't like about, like, you know, I don't really have a problem with my son. I always just look. Why don't? And this is a personal question. And you tell me, and this is why sometimes I be thinking people pick on me, right? I don't ever see him respond to you like you respond to me. Because I don't like that. Because you know what I like about you? Hold on, Hassan. You know what I like about you? I see if I did something wrong, you call me out about it, and I see you call the tough niggas out about it too. I never see you say, oh, listen, I only could say I did something wrong.
I told everybody.
Hassan been giving it up about everybody.
I told everybody that I still had love for Tekashi for one reason. And the only reason was because I knew he was a good boy named Danny. And the streets kidnapped that little nigga. And everything after that was pretending. He based his whole life off of 50 Cent with the antics.
50 Cent staying on business though.
Here's the whole thing, right?
Why my son don't troll him?
Hold up. With my son, right?
He don't troll you.
Here's the thing, right? My son has to answer questions that nobody else is smart enough to ask him. Like, for example, when you had Antifa infiltrate our most powerful movement, which was Black Lives Matter.
That's true.
Why would you not come back and tell the hood that you got a government organization that's breaking into mom and pop stores?
He's getting money from it. I know the answer.
That's breaking into mom and pop stores and closing down Dominicans, Cubans, people that came to America, Africans, they came to America and started businesses without America, and all of those businesses got shut down by Antifa stealing from them. And Tamika Mallory said in front of the world, shut down Target and AutoZone, but didn't tell you that the mom and pop stores from the Africans, the Cubans, the Dominicans, the Latinos, all the middle class businesses was destroyed. So now if it's my job, if I told you and I sent you on a mission to destroy, it's my job to publicly tell you, hey, George Soros, the same guy that's paying us. Because if you first listen to Tamika Mallory, she was honest. The first thing she said, she got mad when she realized what was going on. And she gave you a clue. But then she pulled back because she got to keep that budget. But our children are going to jail.
I agree with you. My only thing is, and this is what I've always said to myself, I don't even think we really have an issue. I just feel like, my son ends up being like the people who he won't call out, right? Like, so it's easy to say Akademiks, but you won't call out Lil Durk. This is what I like about you.
Call out everybody.
You call everybody out, right? This is why when I always tell people, I say, yo, listen, if if Hassan ever mentioned my name in a video, he honestly think I did something wrong. It's not him saying, oh, I'm beefing with Ak. He's saying, no, based on what I'm seeing, I'm calling how, and I could never get mad at a nigga calling how he sees it. What I always look at and I always frown at is the niggas who look at it and say, well, these niggas doing the same thing, but I don't really want to smoke with them.
And
but you see Akademiks,
and not the
I could really call out
I said the
Akademiks and
same
nothing
shit.
happened. Hey, and then when Hassan start chirping back, they be like, yeah, we ain't see what Hassan's saying. Or they use Hassan ain't really, they don't want no smoke with him. And I'm watching, I'm like, damn, is this what it is?
That's real shit.
Ak, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, it's like what my brother sitting right here, right? Behind the scenes, we had a little bit of our first argument. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate it. Because when you fight with your brothers, it's like when you watch the movie The Matrix. The Chinese man said to Neo, I'm going to apologize before we go on. Then he swung on him. Then they fought. He said, I had to fight you to understand who I was dealing with. When you fight a person, you know exactly what you're dealing with. Now, just imagine your first fight with your baby mother leads to you doing 20 years in jail. Would you have fucked up? No. Fuck. So now you got to understand who you're dealing with. And when you dealing with people, like for me, I don't know how to pussyfoot around and not tell you how I feel.
Facts.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
if I felt some type of way, the first time you hit me up, again, I say this, for us to sit down and do an interview, I was confused. But after that, I thought about it. I can't have nothing to do with this corny ass shit. There was conversations. Niggas played you. Wack played you. And listen, I'm going to say this.
Do you think he did?
I'm going to say this to you, right? Because I got to be real with you. If I was a stupid nigga, you would not leave this interview with your jury or without being humiliated. My footage that I would have left here with, I would have destroyed you. Because what they did to me after they left your platform, the nigga sat up there, I did this, I did that. Yeah, I talked about him getting fucked in his ass. He didn't give a fuck about the outcome. I am outside of me being warnedest child. I'm a grimy nigga. Listen to me.
I'm hearing you.
I'm the little nigga that got molested in the world. My whole projects didn't even give a fuck about what happened to me. So now,
I contested everything. Everything when they said that, I contested it. Didn't I?
Listen.
Didn't I?
But it had to take for me to grow. Because the reality of it is that I had to study. In order for me to be who I was and who I am today, I pray. We all don't pray to the same entity. I already know that. But I know I prayed. And in order for me to pray, I have to believe in what I'm praying to. That's for one. For two, when I stand in front of my niggas, if I say, yo, Swelly, I didn't do that. And no matter what they say, I didn't do that. I need for my niggas to believe in me.
That's real right.
So when Axe in front of me, you've always been a nigga that sat up there and said, I had to figure that out. Yeah, that's not me. Because even still, I can leave up out of here. My niggas can leave up out of here. We good. We in good standing. We got legal security outside. You can sit up there and say, FBI, these niggas got about 25 guns on them. They're going to jail. When the police pull us up, they're going to see legal police officers with legal badges saying, hey, we driving these niggas. Because I learned how to play in these streets. But the reality of it is, you have to learn to trust, and people have to. You have to have trust within the movement of the people that's around you.
Right.
You have to.
It's real.
And if I can't trust you and you keep giving me question marks, I got to leave you alone.
Facts.
If you keep giving me question marks, I have to leave you alone. See, the one thing about me, when all my niggas know that Hassan Campbell, this nigga's in the house behind the desk, I've never made so much money. I've actually almost made $1 million. I've made over $1 million. I just blew it, taking care of everybody around me. So those millions that I've made, nobody's bills went unpaid. Nobody. When the money starts slowing down, I might have to slow down, but when I get back on my feet, I take care of my niggas. I told one of my brothers, and I meant that, when that money get up, we going house shopping. Now you might have to keep on with the mortgage,
but we fine.
Hey, I ain't even say I'm not but I'm telling you, like, on some real shit, like, I mean what I say. That pussy only there for a moment.
Yeah, real right.
Some of our bitches is cheating.
Real right.
And some of us, like, my whole thing is, listen, you fucking my wife? The only problem I got with you, send that bitch home with a smile on her face. When she come home argue with me, now we got beef. You cheating with my bitch? And she argue with me after you fucked her? That's where the shootout comes in at. I can't control no bitch pussy. Sometimes women are switch lanes. Niggas are switch lanes. But when you got your day ones, one thing about it is, I'll call my brother or he'll call me. You in the house? You ain't going to the house? You did that? He gonna talk dirty to me. Dirty. And I ain't got no choice but to accept that, because if I want to be still, sharp, and still, you don't pussyfoot around with a nigga fucking up. Because one false move will destroy everything that you touch.
You see what he just said? Like, the motherfuckers that talk the dirtiest to you, that's the motherfuckers you got to honor the most. Don't honor that nigga that keep yes-manning you all goddamn day. Letting you think everything you doing is right. Honor the motherfucker who tell you when your shit stink, even when you don't want to hear it. You might be on the phone like, nigga, I ain't trying to hear that. I don't give a fuck what you trying to hear.
Yeah, that's
what I'm telling you. That's the nigga you honor. You feel what I'm saying? Because he got your best interest at heart. He really love you to the core.
And once again, everything that I say don't reflect on all the niggas around me.
Yeah.
Because my growth or my immaturity is not theirs.
Yep. Real shit.
They just trust in their brother and they love their brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's real right.
And that's it.
That's real right.
My immaturities or my advances in life may not represent them. So sometimes I offend people that I don't mean to offend, because I might see things too advanced. Our people have obstacles in front of us. And I'm telling men and women what the fuck we supposed to do. when the truth of the matter is, I'm not even supposed to know what we're supposed to be doing. So sometimes I'm hard. But at the same time, how that song goes, I know you're down, but when you gon' get up, you only get strength from strength.
Facts.
Yeah.
Real rap.
Oh, shit.
That's real. That right there is
Hey,
real rap.
You had did a joint a couple of months ago. You was getting criticized about it or something you did.
What? What was it?
You was doing something. You was talking about something. People was going on you. You like, I don't give a fuck though, but I'm gonna just speak my mind.
Tell me. No, you gotta tell me. Somebody tell me.
Yo, but at that time,
Old heads of hip hop? Yeah, with the old heads of hip hop.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
What it was. But anyway, from me meeting you, when I was in the background the first time I met you, I wish I had your number to call. Like, come on, man, chill.
And that's why I would have gave you the like, you know, no. I would have gave you the understanding I was saying, right? So, you know, I'm friends with a rapper named NBA Youngboy. You know, he's like one of the hottest rappers who exists right now.
To be honest with you, that nigga crazy.
So you know, I'm an internet dude. You know,
feel that way?
I ain't gonna lie. Like, one thing about me, I separate the actual persona and the personal shit from the music. Musically, that nigga might be the most talented.
I had to ask that question, man. And I gotta be honest. I have to be honest.
For real.
I gave up on rap because they kept feeding us everybody else's style. New York, I had my niggas from Atlanta, right? I got a lot of niggas from Atlanta that says we love what we got going on out here. But when we listen to New York, we want that New York sound that started and birthed it. We listen for that. So when we hear New York niggas trying to be everybody else,
Thanks.
so I never gave, and my whole thing is with NBA Youngboy, if y'all got songs that's the hottest songs, I'm a hip hop head. Let me hear him. Cause I would listen. FBG Duck. Shout out to Mama Duck. No matter what we've been through, shout out to Mama Duck. You a mother. And you piss me off sometimes, but you a mother. When I listen to FBG Duck, Dead Bitch.
That bitch is, that song.
I've never.
Yeah, that bitch is different.
Yo, Mac, you ever heard that song?
He talented though.
No. One of them niggas from Chicago. His music was tough.
This is what, when I listen to that,
he was tough.
Here's the thing, right? No, he got tired. Because I listened to the nigga.
Yeah, he got tired.
He got tired.
He definitely got tired.
Of different niggas disrespect. That's
Right.
my big homie, my brother, my Superman was B.O. If you made a song disrespecting my brother, it was on.
He was gonna go there.
Different situation.
So now you talking about my brother. My mother died. You making a song about my mother. You making a song about my aunt.
Yeah, man.
This is what they do. Then they go to the graveyard and piss on the graveyard.
But this generation is sad.
Nah, this generation way different.
When I listened to FBG Duck Dead Bitch, that was like listening to NWA. What do you want me to do with it? Don't matter, just don't bite it. She swallowed it. Or fuck the police. It was a song that said, no other song said, fuck the police. Like FBG Duck Dead Bitch. It was the ultimate disrespect. And that's why the only answer that O Block had, allegedly, from the FBI files and all the tapes, all the fucking tapes and the tapes and the tapes. Shut up! Stop talking on it. Them niggas are convicted without even being convicted. They showed these niggas running. Every light, every camera, every staircase had them niggas going to the murder scene. Like, what? Take the what? And leave the what? And
it's the FBI. No, I do want to answer what he was saying real quick. And I'm gonna tell you why I brought up NBA Youngboy. You know, there's a problem with like even age gaps in hip hop. The reason why I brought up NBA Youngboy when I was talking about, you know, older artists is this. When I said what I said, yo, they were criticizing him. He was leaving Atlantic Records. He was about to join another label. He was really frustrated. He was going through some label problems, and people were saying, how are you the hottest and you're going through these things? And I was watching older artists mention that, and I said, listen, here's the thing about hip-hop. and this is why I was frustrated at the time too, because I said, I know YoungBoy. Me and YoungBoy, I've sat on the phone with him while he cried about not musical shit, but just life issues to me. Right. And he's a young kid. He's a kid who's probably about 10 years younger than me. Right. And when I was talking to him, what it was abundantly clear was that everybody who was older than him never gave him game. Never gave him. You see how y'all showed up at Haas? You feel me? And maybe, you know, I'm not in the streets, but there's gonna be somebody who watching this interview be like, yo, man, it's that nigga who was back here, like he kind of speaking more to my situation. Act don't really know, but he's speaking to my situation, or he's speaking to my situation, who's speaking. Absolutely. And that's very important, because I remember with YoungBoy, and this is where I got in trouble with the older rappers. I said, man, y'all can't criticize him if y'all never gave him game. And I don't know if y'all think about that when it comes to the streets.
I say that all the time.
Because if you went to jail for some shit back in the day and you did some fucked up shit or whatever the case is, and you went to jail, did your time, and came out, and you see another nigga, he's having his moment. He was just young as you when you did your shit, and he doing the same shit, making the same mistakes. And instead of like saying, yo, let me try to like give him some game, but rather than you say you gonna give him some game, you watch him do the same mistakes and you call him stupid. You be like, man, this stupid ass motherfucker. Yeah. I look at you and I'm like, you're not being who you're supposed to be. Like, you're not, who's thank you. That's all I was saying. So that's really all I was saying, because I was like, yo, you know, YoungBoy's making the same mistake. He don't even know. Like I remember when he called me literally and he said, man, he was offered $25 million by Atlantic Records, and he said, man, crying, he said, man, I don't even want this shit. I want to own my music. I know we could own my music. He's a young nigga who never knew that until he knew it. You know why? Nobody who was older than him told him this. So he was just making records after records. So when he told me that, he said, yo, he said, so I said, you about to be done with your contract. I know they offered. He said, yeah, they offered me $25 million. Yeah, because they want the masters. He called me back 2 weeks later. He called me back 2 weeks later. He said, he called me back 2 weeks later. He said, he said, I told him, I said, we could do another deal, but I want to own some of the shit that I recorded before. Give me some of my ownership back, and we could do it. We gotta talk about that. You know what he said? He said they offered me more money, but they would not talk ownership. And he said that shit hurt his heart. That this is a young man, 10 years younger than me, who's basically realizing that, you know, all these corporate entities, they basically want to own you for life. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They offered him more. I ain't trying to get too much into his business, but they offered him more millions. They would not give him the ownership. And when I seen that, and I looked at other people criticizing him, I said, "Oh, y'all older artists, y'all gotta get that nigga the game."
Let me put you under some game right now. You know what this year is?
Talk to me.
This year is the 50th
anniversary
of hip hop. Now, there's two sides to that bitch. What happened to Rough Rider? What happened to Dame Dash, the original Rockefeller? So now we got to go back. The same things that make you laugh, that make you cry. If we're going to celebrate hip-hop, the 50th anniversary, we can't escape not talking about what the fuck that shit did to the artists. You're going to talk about how a nigga took your mama and raped her and kicked her back to the hood. Everybody that started hip-hop is starving.
That's a fact.
But then you're going to take these same crackhead niggas and put them on TV and talk about how good hip-hop was to them? Or you going to highlight their moments of where they should have never been broke, but you going to show without showing how they broke forever?
Facts.
Not me.
Real shit, though.
Because one thing I want niggas to understand, right? I had a conversation tonight. The 50th year of hip-hop started in Bronx River Projects, between Bronx River, the Bronx, New York, the Bronx, and Cedric Ave, with some of the illest niggas. and they all died broke. While Leor and some of the rest of these other niggas, well, they kids is rich. Yeah, wipe the sweat off your forehead. And the reality of it is like, okay, if we're going to celebrate the 50th year of hip-hop, then you broke rappers should have your kids go in the houses of the rich rappers and suck their dick. You fucking slave. I'm never going to celebrate somebody that robbed me. Some of the best rappers, there was a goddamn caveman. Captain, I love white people, but there's cavemen that decide, and yap that fool. MOP was supposed to be one of the greatest rap groups ever. Of all times.
That's real shit.
They kept them niggas underground. Smith & Wesson.
That's a real
Say what? I'm packing blue steel. Like all these rappers. You had niggas. I ain't talking about, it's such a vibrant thing. I ain't talking about Q-Tip. Shout out to Q-Tip. I was on his own Midnight Marauders album. Yeah. I was on that. Yeah, Google it. I'm the third person on the background. Yeah. Africa Bambaataa, Zulu Nation. I came from the first family of hip-hop. Hip-hop was stolen from the hood.
Hell yeah.
And given to the rich.
Hell yeah.
So now you got 1090 Jake. He gets to break rules.
What's the issue with him, man?
Now, I'm glad, and I'm mad my brother is. Shout out to Iz Hoffa and my hellbound niggas, but my brother T-Mac is still here. Certain shit. My nigga was in jail. And sometimes when I ain't have nobody else to talk to, I was talking to my brother. That bitch ass nigga sat up there and told the news, he told the DEA, he told everybody, we got cell phones in this bitch.
She wildin'. She thinks she like, ain't no way you in an interview. Go ahead, brother. She gonna be all right.
Yeah, niggas going crazy.
Hey, you know what I'm about to tell her? I'm with the street niggas right now. I'm about to tell her I'm with the street niggas right now. What do you think she finna say?
Let me ask you something. What black man owned a record company?
Did he?
No, he don't.
I don't know.
Where is Bad Boys right now?
Yeah, not no record company.
He might own Bad Boys.
Yeah.
All right, man. Listen, first of all,
where's the artist of Bad Boy Records right now?
This is the situation I've been talking about.
That's a real question, though. Like,
it's
some real shit.
When is there ever going to be a black owners of a record label?
Rock Nation?
No. Rock Nation.
Rock Nation don't even have an artist.
Nation runs that rock.
Well, Rock Nation did sign a partnership with Loud Nation. Don't ask me this question because I'm on y'all side.
Hold up. Hold up. Where is the Beanie Siegel? Where's the state property?
That is.
Hold up. So now I'm gonna tell you what happened. Right? Hip hop was kidnapped, and what they created was the algorithm of evil. So now labels don't have to be responsible for the shit artists that they signed. Like, for example, K-Flock.
K-Flock.
Listen.
K-Flock?
No. I want you to understand something. K-Flock is my son without being my son.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, I love that little nigga without knowing him. Because the realness that he had, when you sit back and you watch K-Flock, his murder is on camera. You can't hide that. You can't not talk about that. That little nigga that ran down on him thought he had to drop.
Thought it was sweet.
And Shorty dropped him. Mm-hmm. When I look at that little nigga, I see myself. Mm-hmm. My dick get hard. Like, yeah, finish him. Sorry to the mother. My apologies. But you raised your son in a streets full of wolves.
You talking about the victim?
The victim?
Damn.
Apologies to your mother. Because I don't want you to cry over your son. But if I was in that same situation, what's a nigga to do?
I
kid you not.
We ain't seen the nigga face though. You feel me? In the camera.
Allegedly.
But if he did do it, I mean, he had the right to. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga ain't gonna let you kill a nigga. You feel me?
Maybe possibly of the deceased hit me up, and because I reported about it, and they were very upset. They said, I don't want you to mention my cousin, like this dude did anything, and my cousin wasn't who he was. They say in reality, my cousin pulled up on this. Is what I swear.
Right.
Ain't no allegedly. By the way, K-Flock's lawyer hit me up about this too, because this is allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
so the niggas lawyers, that's different. Then you got a different type of drama.
It's the power of it.
No, there ain't no type of drama. No. It's because
let us say this.
So in reality, this might, again, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard enough where this might be a possible defense for whoever. Okay, if a nigga run up on you and they got whatever on them, they start threatening you. They say, "Yo, what's up? You want it?" And you like, "Nah, I'm good, bro. Like, nah, you got me. It's all good, bro. I ain't on shit. You got it." You turn around and some shit happen.
Here's me.
I don't know how that goes.
Hold up. Here's what separates. Hold up. Here's what separates Hassan Campbell. Here's what separates Hassan Campbell.
You know what's going on
from Poppy, right?
I get you.
When you put listen. When you put something on the internet, right? I want you to understand.
You can't play with niggas. That's the thing.
When you put something on the internet, the way the news did that, right?
Yeah.
The first thing I'm gonna say is prayers go out to both mothers.
Absolutely.
Because when you a mother, the streets is raising your child as well.
Yeah, speak on it.
Every mother's not raising their kid to be a street nigga.
Hell no.
But the rules of the game is the rules of the game.
Facts.
The footage that they gave us, we can speak on that because they put it out there. You can't speak on, if me and my brother, and my brothers are standing outside, and a nigga get murdered in front of the corner store, we're not blogging about that. When the whole footage is on the internet, it gave us a right.
Let me ask you a question. Do you blame Joe Music though? Because
who's Joe Music?
No, what I mean by Joe Music is because
drill music.
Oh, drill.
Yeah, what I mean by Joe, what I mean by Joe Music is like
no.
If we gonna get in the K-Flock, that's legal. If we gonna get into that other nigga is legal.
I don't want you to explain it.
You know what I'm talking
about. I hate with a passion.
Wow.
Because first and foremost, I'm not gonna speak on certain shit because I got past certain shit. I've made friends with brothers that disrespected my brother, and I planned on killing them. We cool now. You do not, under no circumstances, when I stand over a casket and I watch, and my children watch, the dirt being poured on that casket, you disrespecting that casket, there's nothing to talk about.
That's a fact.
The dead is dead, leave them dead.
That's a fact.
There's certain people that violated me, that I was at war with, I ain't said shit about. I left it as that.
Yeah.
I left it as that when niggas died. I'm gonna leave it as that. Because now you gotta deal with what's on the afterlife.
But we come from a different cloth, Poppy.
Why do you think it's a trend to disrespect the dead?
My whole thing is,
because they
right,
coming from the
you never, ever, when you watch some of the best movies, right?
That was a different type of era.
You ever watch the movie Hell in Troy?
Feel me?
You ever watch the movie Troy, Hell in Troy?
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies, right? Achilles and them. Hector's father snuck out and said, "Give me my son the proper burial." That nigga was a warrior. You give a warrior's death.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
When I die, give me that same death, because I tell you right now, if a nigga run down on me or whatever happens, Haas, it's gonna be Haas.
You gotta go
to that last moment, to that last breath. And the niggas that know me, they know that.
Yeah.
What did his enemy say when his father came for his body? What the enemy say? We gonna grant you your wish.
They gave him that body.
We not gonna come to y'all until y'all bury him.
That's honorable.
And let us bury ours.
They gave him 7 days or 7 nights to mourn his son before they even attacked again.
Warriors. Honor warriors.
But
you gotta understand, when you watch Achilles, right? When you watch Helen of Troy, when you watch And I'm tapping in on that. Grown men, just for the record, you hear that how that phone was ring, right? When you bitches let your kids run out in the streets, and y'all cool with that, talking about he 13 and he's the man of the house. These are grown men. And some of us, we got bodies up on our belts. Niggas got 30 years in jail. The nigga that just left had 30 years in jail. He gave some of that time back. But you know the first thing that happened is when he made it home, this is what's so deep about this shit is real. When he made it home, when Iz made it home, he said, yo, he called his brother, said, I'm in the house. How you bitches don't know where the fuck your sons is at?
That's a fact.
How you don't know where your daughters is at?
That's a fact.
This is what separate my voice from the real from the fake in these streets. Because no matter what, the one thing that I'm going to represent is my motherfucking kids.
Yep.
My nigga, the first thing he did, and the first thing my nigga did was he didn't give a fuck about this interview. He said,
yep.
you home?
You home? Yep.
You caught that? Let's
shit.
move off the my nigga. If we come together, we leave together.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people that gonna come from where we come from,
They
they're
don't
not
even
gonna understand that and
understand
shit.
Yeah.
But that shit is so
So
deep
how the
right
fuck
there.
do you
That
explain
little
to
moment right
women?
there is so deep because we do that all the time.
So how
As soon
do
as
you,
he get home, he gonna call me. Yo, bro.
how
I'm
do
in
you
the crib,
explain,
bro.
That's how I can go to sleep.
I holler at you in
I
the
can't go to
morning.
sleep until I get
You
that
in the
call.
crib?
How do you explain to women
That's real shit.
that can't tell you?
Where they kids?
Every time I leave my brother, we know when we in the house.
That's a fact. That's a
That was
fact.
my man who just left. Like, yo,
Every time.
We just spoke on it. That's a fact.
Every time. That's how we move.
Yep. Real love, real loyalty.
You let my brother leave me and he ain't make it home. I'm calling his wife.
Everybody.
I'm calling his mother. Everybody.
Everybody.
Because if my nigga don't make it home, everything for me, there is no celebrity.
Yeah, stop.
You know the money that I made off of YouTube, and you can give the minimum and you laughing at niggas. You do something to interrupt my brothers from making it home, and I solemnly swear, Poppy is gonna come out, and I don't give a fuck. I will spend every dollar I got in the bank to rock your motherfucking snot box if you take my nigga.
Facts.
I'm different. I don't want to party and smile with niggas when a nigga drop. I'm not Quavo. I'm not QPC. Now we moving on to that shit. I am not. There's never gonna be no situation where a nigga like take off. The good nigga. Cause you know what? I've never been, listen, for me, I was always a good nigga, but I'm not the good nigga. My hands is dirty. If I die, my dreams is crazy. If I die and somebody killed me, I deserved it. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. I live by that sword. I live by that fucking sword. I am not these niggas you see on YouTube trying to promote the little niggas. I always hung out with the older niggas. All my niggas was older than me. Because I was one that looked for knowledge. Young niggas couldn't think the way I thought. They was too stupid. If you do something to one of my niggas, I'm going to hate you till I get to that grave. I'm going to fight you in my brain till I get to that grave. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to justify shit. I can't expect everybody to be me. I just know.
What about forgiveness, man?
I could forgive. Listen. Here's the thing, right? If he would have died on some accidental shit,
yeah, that's different.
I could forgive that. When I hear Jay Prince's son sitting up there saying on audio, we ain't fabricating nothing and manipulating nothing. If it's on the internet, we could talk about it. I don't give a fuck how mad he get at me. If I see my brother T-Mac wife sucking somebody's dick on the internet, it's up for discussion. He gonna beat my ass. Like, Mac, you know that bitch was sucking that dick collar good, nigga. You got some support. She was. We can't argue with that. It's on the internet. There's no snitching on the internet. That boy died. The girl said, what you want me to do with him? He said, leave that nigga. You can't corrupt or change anything that we saw and manipulate niggas to don't snitch policies and then call a nigga a snitch that felt so hurt And here's the thing, right? For me, I solemnly swear on everything I love, if I know where you live at and I know where to find you, you're going to kill me or I'm going to kill you. My brother will not have his brains laying on the floor. And I'm sitting up there and we talking about a court case. I don't even give a fuck if I get caught.
Yeah, that's different.
You're not going to leave my brother dead on the floor the way he died on the floor, and I'm letting that go. Life don't mean that much. I never wanted to live. And you done took a nigga I loved? Now fuck that. You're not going to take a nigga I love and leave him like that and then call a nigga that sat up there because he's so weak he don't even know what to do now. Because now you get blinded with the weakness. Because everybody ain't been in situations. This ain't a Troy Ave situation. I don't even know who that nigga is. But in emotions, he's sitting up there saying, they killed this nigga. I can't do nothing to these niggas. But I'm going to give this family what the fuck that they don't deserve, what they deserve. I don't know what his thought is. I'm only thinking on behalf of him. You killed the nigga that came to show you love. I don't know how to handle that. Jay Prince said out of his mouth, Quavo was my son's best friend. So you killed his nephew and called the nigga that's trying to defend him a rat? How do we accept that? Because for me, QP or whatever the fuck you want to quarter pound, if that's what you want to call that bitch ass nigga, if you let a nigga off,
you're a real nigga too. I heard. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
QP. I say this. I'm gonna look in the camera.
P from QP.
Listen, I tell you this, right? QP, quarter pound.
Oh my God.
Quarter pound.
P.
Quarter pound. If you could forgive Jay Prince and sit down with Jay Prince after Takeoff died like that, then you could kindly take all my dick in your mouth. I won't even pull it out. When I come, I want to bust all down your throat. You a faggot.
Yo, Poppy, you be going crazy.
I don't give a fuck. Nigga.
You got a chill, bro.
Nigga, QP.
You going crazy, bro.
I got 100 guns, 100 clips. This fat nigga from New York. I want you to understand, QP. If you could sit up there with Jay Prince after your little nigga had his brains mopped, get the mop. His brain was on a mop. They mopped the little nigga up. Then they took the mop, put it in the bleach, in the pine saw, and squeezed his brains out. Then mopped the rest of his brains off the fucking floor. They mopped his brains off of the floor. If you could mop my nigga's brains off the floor, and you could sit down with the nigga that killed me like that, QP, come give me some head, bitch ass nigga. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. And that's what separates me, because niggas is nice. I don't want to be nice. I don't want to be your friend. It's too much sucker shit that goes on the streets and on the internet. Niggas want to play safe. How you play it safe? That little nigga's noodles is on the sidewalk. Your son said, if he dies, he dies. The nigga said, leave that nigga right there. Shorty said, what do you want me to do? NWA, don't matter, just don't bite it. He swallowed it. Listen, the little nigga swallowed the bullet. The mop mopped him up, and Jay Prince called the nigga that tried to save his situation a rat. I don't even give a fuck if he a rat at this point in time, because some shit need to be told, and that right there, that innocent boy died over rap shit. What was the kilo? What was the crack? What was the mob ties and rap music? So what you telling me is, if I'm extorting you, or you got set up for a blood sacrifice, just die and don't tell? Don't let the family know that this little nigga was sacrificed in a blood sacrifice. He didn't sign up for that. He was a rapper. The nigga that was protecting him didn't sign up for him to die in a dice game. And then even still, you rich niggas want to play in the streets. Nigga, go to Vegas. My niggas roll dice and leave $100,000 on the table in Vegas or Atlantic City and go to the bathroom and $100,000 is still on that table. Nigga, you ain't never, I came up in the game robbing drug dealers and dice games. You roll dice in front of me, your money is mine. I want you to understand that. Unless you my niggas. If I ever had to go back, Hassan Campbell, what you gonna do? Nigga, I'm a stick-up kid. You roll dice in front of me, bitch nigga, and you got 6 figures in front of my face and my wife. I'm 3 months behind in rent, nigga, you fooled. Unless you my niggas, you fooled.
But see what you just said though, like, you feel what I'm saying? Let me get into that real quick though, like for the rappers and shit, I'm not finna get into the too deep into the Quavo and Takeoff shit. Rest in peace, Takeoff. He seemed like a good nigga. That shit fucked up. I'm not finna get into all that.
He ain't resting in peace. He's dead.
All right, but let me get into this though. For rappers though, for future rappers though, for like, don't put yourself in the predicaments, man. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
These other rappers you meeting when you get into the industry, they not your friends, bro. You feel what I'm saying? These niggas you meeting out of town, out of state, that's saying they got your best interests at heart, they don't.
What about the Houston dice games?
I don't give a fuck about any of these dice games. They not your friends.
Hold up.
You feel what I'm saying?
Listen.
I was going to bring 20 grand to the dice game.
Listen.
I ain't know this was
your friends is the niggas you came up with. You feel
if I brought 20 grand to the... No, real talk. If I bring 20 grand to the Houston dice...
You know what you got to understand?
You might get, you might be a
I'm gonna tap in though. Like I'm gonna tap in with the whole.
You might still get sent out.
Yo, Dak, that don't got. You can tap in all you want. No, you can tap in.
You think they ain't tap in?
Nah, you can tap in all you want, but nah, it don't work. Nah, it don't work like that sometimes. Cause sometimes you run.
I ain't gonna argue though. I'm not no arguer.
Let me teach you something right now.
They were arguing. I ain't gonna argue.
You not argue when your money on the line.
Let me teach you.
Right
sometimes you running with people who just don't care.
Let me teach you about the streets, right? So you got the old wolves.
Yeah.
The new wolves just got activated, and you don't even know they activated on you.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So now, all these old niggas that think they somebody start to realize that you really ain't nobody. You done brought these niggas to the table because you had misjudgment.
Exactly.
And niggas sit up there and say, this nigga's getting got tonight.
Exactly.
Fuck with that nigga.
Yeah, I just said you got niggas who don't care at all.
I'm tapped in with you, right?
Act.
You ain't tapped in with him.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's your man. So you don't keep it in the
That's not how it works.
That's your man.
That's not how it works.
That's how that shit goes.
No, for real though.
Listen, hold on.
That's not how that
You
shit
tapped
goes.
in with me. Because you see them around me, you think they tapped in with me?
Yeah, you gonna keep them in bay.
No.
It's not how
That's not how it goes.
Act.
That's
You
not
tapped
how
in
it
with
goes.
rap.
me.
That's
This
really
is what
not
I'm
how it
saying.
works.
You tapped in with me, right? All right,
keeping nobody in check.
I fuck with Hassan.
These niggas wolves.
But I know he keep wolves around him. You see what I'm saying? I know Hassan, but I fuck with Hassan. Them wolves don't know
You not tapped in with them wolves.
Them wolves is not
got a mind of
tapped in
their
with
own.
me. Them wolves is like
They get hungry, start foaming
fuck
at the
that.
mouth. It get different.
If Max say something, fuck, we gonna rob him in that.
And exactly.
And if you don't got that, but you gotta have that rapport.
I just said
You
that.
just said that.
I'm walking in with you and leaving with you.
They don't give a fuck about that in that mouth.
Let me
They
teach you.
foaming at the mouth. They don't got what you got.
What was y'all talking about right now?
Haas
They
is
different.
not-
They wolves.
Haas is not feeding his wolves.
That's right.
Haas is letting
He
his
giving them
wolves.
peanuts compared to what
Haas
you
is
get.
letting his wolves eat out in the jungle.
Peanuts.
Go get it.
Peanuts, bro.
I seen it.
Oz got his wolves off the
Right.
loose. Like, yo, y'all could do whatever. Oh,
But hold up.
Going home with
I hear you. I
You going home with
I ain't
M's.
that green. I ain't that green. I get
going
it.
home
Let me
with
teach you
M's.
another scenario, right?
I ain't that green.
Act.
They need
You know why I don't call myself a lion in the jungle?
Yeah.
The reason why I never call myself a lion in the jungle is because if you study the lions, right? They do what faggot men do.
Well,
The lion comes in the house of the lioness and kill all her cubs
That's a fact.
and then produce his.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah,
He's never gonna love your cubs.
Nah, they do that.
facts.
Real shit,
So
they do that.
now, when you deal with niggas that call themselves, yes,
Nah, they do that. Nah, that's real shit. They
yes,
You ain't know that?
do that.
yeah,
that's
I'm doing
Discovery.
Discovery Channel tonight.
So-
man.
so now-
shit, no bullshit.
in the streets, right?
They do that.
No, I didn't heard that too.
Nah,
I heard that too.
they do
But I
that,
heard
bro.
chimpanzees be moving type
They
little
do that
sloppy
too.
too.
All of them
Like
animals do that
chimpanzees
shit.
don't really be trying to jack.
All animals do that shit.
The lions
They don't jack the other kids.
don't go and get food. them bitches go get the food.
But the bitches get food. That's a fact.
You
And
ain't
then the
listening.
lion gonna eat first.
They gonna eat
while
first.
the bitches sit
Nah,
down
real
after they
shit.
done chase the food and
Real
killed it.
shit.
I heard the lions be fucking for like 20 seconds and they be just out.
That's
They
all right.
be
That's all right.
But
That's
when
a
the
lie.
lion- when the lion-
That's
see,
a lie.
when the lion-
Nah, that's all I know.
That's
Big
Y'all heard that?
shit.
You heard that? I know
He's
you
on
watch
his
on the
Big
channel.
Fur
when the
shit.
lion
Look,
comes,
say
He's
anything.
going to the next line who got all them bitches.
Big First.
He's gonna fight that next
Shout out
lion
Big
with
Fur.
them bitches. So when he beat that lion,
I'm gonna Google the Cub
second
shit because
thing
I don't know if
he
they
do-
Oh, they
kill
do
him.
that,
Yeah,
bro.
they run him away.
No,
They
they
run away.
do that.
no,
real rap,
listen.
bro.
The second thing the first thing he's gonna do is fight that lion. Once he defeat that lion,
They beat that lion's ass.
he
kill the
got all
kids.
the bitches. So the second thing
So they
he's
kill him
gonna
or they run him
kill
away?
the kids.
Listen, the
He
second
kill 'em.
thing he's gonna do is go kill those cubs. I'm not being a daddy to nobody else's
They
kids.
probably run him away though.
No,
Nah, they kill him, bro.
They
Ruthless?
kill,
Nah, they kill him. Look it up. They kill him. When we get off of this, look it up
They
on your
kill
own
him.
time.
You know
bro.
why?
They do that.
That's the next nigga kids. Them kids who grow up and kill me.
That's how they think.
I don't like single moms.
Let me
anyway.
tell
I
you
ain't
something,
gonna
right?
hold
This nigga acting crazy.
I feel like I'm a lion now.
Let me tell you something, right?
Hold up.
It takes a
Nah,
man.
real talk. I don't like single moms. Maybe I'm a lion. All right, now go ahead, Haas.
It
My
takes a-
bad.
it takes a
See,
man-
we on the same page.
It takes a man, right? Because I got like when I say I got sons niggas don't know about. I got
Like real kids are like,
no, I got
complaining.
sons that's not mine. I'm not their father. That's gonna ride for me. Listen, I got stepsons. I got sons.
Still don't get. Nah, go ahead.
Listen to
I'm
what
gonna get it later.
listen.
I'm gonna get it later.
I got sons and I got stepsons. I got kids. Listen,
You fuck with a girl, she had a baby. I raised the baby. He knows me as his father.
That's a fact.
That's my stepson.
let me tell you something.
Oh, okay.
So I want you to understand something, right?
I'm slow as shit.
I have me. I got sons you'll never see on the internet. But I know where they stand at. I know I got some little bug outs.
You didn't raise them like you though.
No, I didn't have to. It's in the blood.
Nah, come on.
Some of my kids.
Haas, you a little bit off though.
Listen to
Come
what
on.
I'm telling
We can't raise kids like you.
listen.
Like, for real though.
Listen. I adapt to my children the way that they are, right? I have children that's different, like I've never seen. And I accept them for that. Because they're not supposed to be who they daddy are. But I'm going to be honest with you, right? And I'm only going to say this one time. I got a little retarded nigga. I swear to, I got a little retarded nigga, right? And my mother used to say to me, if you ever mix your father with some brains, you'd be dangerous. I got a little nigga I be looking at sometimes. How you looking at me right now? I be like, what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck did I do and what the fuck did I start with this little retarded nigga right here? He is different. You better not come around him with no funny panties on, no funny shit. You better not say the wrong thing. The little nigga, like when the nigga, he is, back. Oh my God, this little nigga. When I just be staring at the little nigga like, nah. And it's like, it's crazy because
he not like retarded. Like
Listen.
you mean he's just one of those?
Listen, the little nigga, it scares me.
It's like you, like in
No,
your
and
worst
it's
forms.
in my worst. You gotta understand something.
There's a flip side to that.
You gotta understand something. For me, right? I got my daughters. I got so many. My daughters are so different. Like some of my daughters don't even like fighting. And then I got daughters that like, Mom, I beat that bitch ass. I got different kids.
You take blame for that or no?
Take blame for the hood, raising the hood? Here's the thing. I don't want to corrupt my kids because I don't want to turn a non-killer into a killer. If you the type that's going to take the CPR and give heart palpitations and you the ambulance dude, be that. We learned that. I got a son. My oldest son is a transvestite. He a fuckboy, gay, whatever you want to call him.
You still love him though.
I had to learn to love the little nigga.
Why?
Because I realized what society did to the nigga, but I don't like what he is. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. If he go around my son that I'm talking about, he gonna look at that nigga like, what the fuck is that? Dad, what the fuck is that? He's not gonna be nice. And I'm not gonna make him.
But let me just say something to you, Pop, about that. Let me just say something to you about that. At the end of the day, that's still your son. So no matter
Love
what,
him to death.
Right. But that's at the end of the day, I'm gonna accept my child no matter what they are. If they gay, I'm gonna accept them because that's just the bottom line.
I had to learn that.
Well, I didn't have to learn that because I gave birth to that child. So that evidently, when that child come up, that child's still mine, no matter what it is.
I had to learn that,
You
and
know
I'm
what
not lying.
So, and no disrespect to the
LGBTQ,
LGBT crew,
because we love them too.
but at the end of the day,
now it's not a point of
I got,
be on our ass.
I got cousins. I grew up with gay cousins. At the end of the day, they're my cousins. But at the end of the day, if you try the wrong way, I'm gonna beat your ass because I had to do that. But at the end of the day, that's still my cousin. I love him. If he called me right now, yo, such and such, I'm going no matter what, because that's my blood and that's my family. So I accept as it is. We ain't perfect. None of us is perfect, homie. And see, another thing you just said. You just said you got a son. He's retarded. You scared of him. The things he do is scared of him. But it's for you to change him around.
Right.
Not for him, because at the end of the day, you say you got daughters, you say you got sons, but at the end of the day, they still could watch you. They still could sit on, oh yeah, my step-pops, that nigga's the illest nigga. I'm gonna show him I could be just like him. Now what? He went out and did such and such because who his pops is. And a lot of times when we don't have fathers out there to raise us, our childs want to be just like us because the streets talk so much about us. Oh, your pops, that nigga was the illest nigga. Oh, I'm gonna be better than my pops. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show these niggas I'm different from my pops. I'm gonna do this, and that's the fucked up thing about it. Instead of saying, yo, come on, man, let's go. Nah, we going over here. We gonna go do this. We gonna go do that, because a lot of these kids ain't never been no fucking way to see nothing different. So they gotta grow up into their environment. They gotta adapt to their environment. Yeah, that's all right. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna walk outside. Your mother can't be your mother all day. Your mother gotta work and put a roof over your head and put food in. So you gotta go out there and survive on your own. So how you gonna do it? You gonna survive in this jungle, or you gonna bow down to the jungle? You know what I'm saying? So if we here, our generation is almost over, because this new generation is totally different. You see what I'm saying?
And so this is why they say we are the last of a dying breed.
We are the last
because our elders are being taken out, and it's new rules being implied by the evil ones.
See, one thing I like what Poppy, when Poppy start talking and saying, I gotta correct him. That's my man and all that. But sometimes he do say some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? And I sit here and I take it in. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he know me. I'm not gonna bite my tongue for nobody.
I like that though.
I will not.
You know, steel
we
sharpens
couldn't be
steel.
a family without that.
Steel sharpens steel.
Yeah,
steel sharpens steel. And a lot of things you say are great, but also sometimes you might have to rein you in to kind of also get you correctly on path. And I love the fact that, you know, not only when he chimes in, you allow him to speak. It's not a bunch of but let me correct, like you let him speak. So you know, I can tell that there's so much respect there.
Right.
Here's the thing.
But change your way of thinking
Yeah.
sometimes.
No, absolutely.
Here's the thing, right?
Your thinking ain't on track.
Here's the thing, right?
You know what I'm saying?
If everybody sees the same way you see,
Exactly.
nobody can see your weakness and strength.
Yeah, that's real rap. That's real rap.
Nobody can see your weakness and strength.
Exactly.
And sometimes, in order for you to grow, you got to have a person tell you, you didn't deal with that the right way.
Exactly.
Or you bugging the fuck out.
Or you bugging out.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro, I don't care what you talking about. You dead wrong.
dead wrong.
And however
It's
you
simple.
want to go about it, we gonna go about it that way and figure it out. Because you dead wrong. Because when I'm running around with somebody every day, I could be running around with Mac or Poppy or Rico. I could be just running around. If I know you standing by me under any circumstances, then I gotta also understand that you're not telling me nothing that's wrong.
Exactly.
Because you standing by me under any circumstances where you don't have to stand by me. You could just be like, yo, you doing some other shit. I'm going over here, bro. But when you standing by me under any like one day me and Son, we on the phone and he told me something. He said, yo, and this what made me, we was already like this, but this one made me love him some more. We talking about something. He said, yo, Swelly, this is my brother. But before I disagree with my brother, I just move away from him.
Yep.
And when he said that, that's me and Rico. That's me and Blaze. That's me. That's me and Checkmate. He said, this is my brother. He said, so before I fight and argue with my brother and I go to that extent, I'll get away from you.
Yo, I'll never forget. Before he went to jail, there was a situation I ain't gonna speak on totally because of just family ties. My brother said to me, I was like, yo, why you just don't forgive him? And he said to me, he said, we at a certain age where men is gonna be men.
Yeah.
And if you could violate me at this age,
Facts.
I'd rather walk away because the way we gonna handle this is gonna be on some street shit.
It's gonna get real bad.
So before I take you back and you do this to me again, the next step I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. Let me step away.
And he taught me, like, let me tell you something, right?
Real shit.
One thing I will say, because I want people to understand certain things. Like, I don't keep too many niggas around me.
Yep.
I go home to my wife and my kids.
As you should.
That nigga right there had the power, especially when I came home from jail. And I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Like real. When I came home from jail, I wanted to kill everybody. Like on some real shit. My brother, no. If he was a foul nigga, he could have sat up there and said, get him.
Yep. Facts.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not lying to nobody.
That's right.
When I cry and you see me cry, like there was so many niggas. Even still now, I be mad at this nigga. Like, why you ain't let me get that nigga? There's niggas that I wanted. Yo, I don't give a fuck that I wanted to kill, and I feel like that now. Like, why these niggas? Just leave him. Just let him. Nigga. My brother stopped me from killing a lot of niggas. A lot of niggas. I cried. Like, nah, why we letting this nigga go? Why we letting this nigga go? A lot of you niggas, they let you niggas, a lot of you niggas let you niggas, they let you niggas go. And I'll be sitting up there crying like, I got kids to take care of now. I got a wife and family to take care. But sometimes a nigga be wanting to be that nigga. Like, I'm not who you think I am. And I don't give a fuck about the jury or anything else. Because shit was taken away from me in these streets. And there's a lot of foul J Prince shit that I seen go on. That I won't speak on. Because I still debate on taking niggas' lives. And it hurts. I've been in situations where I've seen niggas that I love die. And can't nobody take that. And I ain't gonna talk on certain things because certain things was just too real. But a lot of things my brother said no. And I had to respect it. It ain't easy going down a righteous path. I don't never want to look his mother in the face and explain to her how my big homie B.O. died and now her son died the same way and I was responsible for T-Mac dying. After Bam did 30 years in jail. His brother. How am I going to explain to his mother how I put him in the same situation? Certain situations, I'm going to be honest with you, if it wasn't for my kids and my family, my team, I don't want to be Hassan Campbell. I feel like I got some get back to get, and I understand the little niggas in the street. And that's the shit that have a nigga breaking down crying. Because these niggas would never understand the caliber of beef that I had in these streets. These niggas is playing tag. We was playing Russian roulette. We ain't want to live. So if you die, we ain't give a fuck. And that's the difference. But when you become a man, we all came to this place together. His mother, his father. Like, how am I going to explain? I made a dumb decision based off of my ego that he couldn't go home. I know, God forbid, my mom's is gone. when his mother go, we gonna stand there together and bury her. Cause if he's in jail when his mother died, what he gonna feel about me? If I did some dumb shit and he had to hold it down, yeah, you a real nigga, hold it down, nigga. Yeah, I ain't gonna snitch. But nigga, I missed my mama's funeral. Cause you wanted to prove that you was a tough nigga. This is what you gotta evaluate when you dealing in these motherfucking streets. If you ain't street, stay the fuck out the streets.
Right.
Pussy feel good, a job feel good. The janitor is the dopest nigga. One thing I learned in this later days of my life, the working niggas give the best barbecues. That's the parties we want to be at.
Let me show you something. Look. See that? That's my mom's and him, right? What did you tell me about this picture? What you told me not to do with this picture?
Don't post it. Cause if they put that picture on the internet, I love that woman.
So yo, somebody say something about your mom. It ain't nothing for me to talk about.
Yeah, all right.
Please, Mac, don't even post that. I don't want nobody to say nothing.
You don't see no pictures with me and his mother posted up on the internet.
I got 1,000
They
pictures.
played with my mother and my grandmother. No. Certain things you can't play with. Certain things I'm not gonna let you play with. He taught me how to be a better man in certain situations because he had more experience. I didn't know. And I couldn't understand at the time. But now at this time I understand. Me being a selfish nigga, I used to get mad at certain situations. Now I sit back and I say, like for example, I made videos and I was talking shit about my brothers. A few of my brothers. Because their wives was talking shit about me. About like 10 of my brothers' wives talking shit about me. And I'm like, you fucking punk ass bitch, I'm taking care of this nigga, this, that. Then I thought like, you also taking this nigga away from his wife and his kids. You are the number one problem that niggas love you that much. That if you make a foul decision, they gonna feel obligated to go to jail over you. So now I can't make those decisions no more. And I gotta apologize to every sister of all my brothers because I was talking shit. Because some of my brothers, I've been in situations in the middle of projects where I had all types of SWAT teams of police, and I'm like, y'all talking about me like that? Bitch, you was never here with this shit going on. But at the same time, a woman has a right to want her man to come home every night.
So you know what we do? We don't carry the guns. We pay the motherfuckers that's supposed to carry the guns to be around.
But you know what you do? As a man, and I gotta speak to his wife, then I gotta speak to his wife, and I gotta say, I'm gonna make it my business not to get in trouble unless we have to get in trouble. Because I can't explain to his mother, his brother, or his wife how I got him in trouble over some internet stupid shit.
Responsibility.
Because sometimes this internet shit will turn into some tax stone, and some motherfucking Troy Ave shit.
Regrettable.
And even still, in some situations, right? One of my brothers end up in a party, but actually a couple, with one of the dudes I was beefing with, and part of me got angry. Now the older version of me sit up there and say, you know what? People gonna go out and intermingle. But if they going out there, Swelly, Mac, he in the club. What happens when he in the club with the glasses nigga, the 4-eyed nigga? That's his name, right? And you in the club with this nigga, and now you gotta solve my problem. That's not their problem. If we together, it's our problem because something happened. But every problem doesn't call for a response right then and there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can see your enemy and say, nice meeting you. Catch them later. Yep. Or sometimes you don't have to do nothing to your enemy. Sometimes your enemy become your best friend. But the reality of it is, I don't want to have to apologize to nobody's family because I got them caught in some shit where I was more serious than these fake ass niggas.
Ego tripping.
You know, we you know, my man who just left we did a joint with him, a bunch of us. He came and did a video, they were shooting a video with all that. So when he put it out, a certain motherfucker, oh, yo, he back around, he bunch of old niggas and this and that. You know, if I see these niggas in the club, I might have to beat them up or they gonna beat me up. So now the action causes a reaction. So now my man brothers and them, yo, what's up? Who this nigga? Nah, son, he got us fucked up. We about to go holler at this nigga. We from Harlem? We about to go holler. I said, homie, don't pay attention. That's internet shit, homie.
I ain't tell you the same shit all the time, Reek.
That's internet shit, homie. We don't pay attention to that shit. If a nigga choke, let him choke. That's gonna help your music shit. Other than that, we don't respond to shit like that.
Facts.
If you watching, a million other people watching.
And one thing about that, that's real rap, because that's a lot of the conversations me and Rico have.
Yep.
Rico Young. And I'll be like, look, bro, you niggas don't know us from a can of paint.
Yep.
You niggas can say whatever they want to say. You don't know us from a can of paint.
Facts.
So you can say whatever you want. It's interviews. We don't go up. They like, yo, they going, they not for Poppy. They not for Hassan. This and that. You know that. My uncle and him is like this. My real uncle, they like this. That's my real uncle. They like blood brothers. This shit is real family ties. So when certain things is going on, it's like, I'm not even gonna explain myself because I understand that y'all niggas don't know what's going on. That's number one. And number two, I know that y'all not, if y'all was so-called street niggas, y'all would know that it's a lot of shit that go on behind the scenes with no cameras and none, that it just happens. Yeah. Me and Poppy built a relationship while my uncle was in the feds. We was on the phone for a year.
Don't even know that part.
We was on the phone for a year before we even did anything. Yo, this is my nephew. This what I need you to do. Yo, I don't know about these young niggas. Look, this is my nephew and his bros. Get with them.
Niggas see niggas on camera and shit. Oh, Poppy got hired.
Nah, when niggas gotta understand this.
Poppy a gangster. He don't need no hired goons. Let's get that clear.
Thank you.
Let's get that clear.
And
he's a one-man army. He don't need no hired goons. Second off, the rapport was built years before y'all even seen us with the nigga.
Yeah, just and then
hold up. Yeah, show me a nigga.
Like,
I'll put my whole bank account up on it. Show me a nigga in the industry that tried to put a spotlight on every nigga he knew.
Facts. Niggas ain't doing that.
Like, you gotta understand something. And I keep it all the way funky. I got niggas that I still support that don't even like my posts. And I'm sharing their rap videos. They don't even like my posts. And I still share them. I got niggas that come back to me that don't show me support, and I'm cool with it because they think they're gonna sneak through the back door of the industry. And the industry niggas ain't showed them not one piece of love. And these niggas is killers, and they still waiting for the industry. And they ain't showed me no unity yet. Goddamn. So my whole thing is like, yo, we already know. I watched that video with you and Tekashi when you said you had to sit down with Spotify. You had to sit down with this one. Tekashi was going in. I just sat back and asked everybody, yo, can I sit down with these people and have a conversation so I can start my own podcast and do that? Nobody has ever sat down and said, hey, here's the connect. So you can sit down and be the dopest podcast ever, because the reality of it is I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When I sat down with Math Hoffa the first time and the second time, my nigga Math is one of the best platforms. Shout out to Nori. I love Nori too.
Shout out to Math.
But Math Hoffa platform,
one of those ones.
That nigga's number one.
Yeah, Math one of those ones.
He became number one. Joe Buttons is the king of podcasts.
You've been on Joe Buttons' show.
Never.
Right?
Joe Buttons.
I'll put you with Joe.
Just listen. I'll tell anybody, right? I was watching Joe Buttons, but I stopped watching him.
Why?
Because, like, I was caught up in different shit. I was watching him when he was with Tahiri.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
I never watched him after that. So to see Joe Buttons become...
Wait, you gotta watch Gillian Wallow and, like, obviously Joe's the podfather, but, like, you gotta watch Gillian Wallow and also
No.
Nori.
Listen.
Nori and EFN.
No, I'm about to do an interview with Mike Booth.
Yeah.
That's my man.
Oh, wait, you don't fuck with
Nori? No, all right, Nori.
I can't tell you fucking Gillian Wallow.
Listen, Nori is one of the best of the best. I'm never gonna be a hater. The one thing that I would like, that I would cherish on the internet, I would want to be like Gillian Wallow when it comes with my brothers. That's why I always bring my brothers with me. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The way Gillian Wallow love each other on the internet, that's something that I cherish. Because I love my brothers.
And you can't fake that. You could tell that's real life.
Yeah. Gillian,
you could tell you can't fake that.
And I say this,
you know what I'm saying?
Gillian Wallow, y'all do some sucker shit, I'm going to call you out, but the one thing I'm going to say, and I stand on, when Gilly talked about when Wallow come home, and he showed, when you see my brother right there, my other brothers got life in jail. I stayed in the house and I cried and I waited, and my brother was calling me on the phone, them same 1090J, them same phones that you told the feds to come get. My brother, he had one. We lying. This is only for entertainment parole officers.
Wait, what's the thing with you and 1090J, man?
The thing is, my brother used to call me.
I love 1090J.
My brother was calling me on the jail phone.
Yeah.
Or the burner phone, rather. FBI.
1090J from the streets. The streets.
Nigga, he from your mama's house. You made him up. He's Santa Claus.
No, he's
Stop lying. He's Santa Claus.
No.
Boston.
He been.
He said Boston.
No. He been in further. I did the research. In Florida, he really been locked in.
I'm gonna tell you this though,
a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
You gotta watch a nigga that's so curious about everybody else's business. You gotta watch a nigga like that, man.
Definitely do it so good.
Why you so curious about everybody else's business?
And he does it real good.
Maybe he's just a real nigga. He's just trying to make sure.
You ever notice?
I don't know. That worry about
Nah, one thing about being a real solid nigga, you don't give a fuck about what nobody else got going on except your team and your family.
That's a fact.
Now here's the
Your
thing.
family. You're not even thinking about nobody else got going on.
Act. I'm the exception of that rule, and I can show you why, right?
I love him though.
Listen. There's a female that I got on my phone.
Don't fuck with 1090J.
Everybody love him. Accent, everybody love him though.
So act.
Everybody love him though.
Act.
Because he exposed the rats.
What makes me the exception of the rule, right?
Exposed the rats though.
I have a video that I'm gonna deal with tomorrow with a female. She had a 13-year-old son that was murdered.
Wow.
And she got mad because people was like, why is he outside 4 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, yo, I don't know niggas more dangerous than my niggas. And every last one of my niggas, we call each other on the phone to say, yo, you made it in the house?
Thanks.
You got a 13-year-old kid that got murdered in the streets, and you telling the news that he's the man of the house? Yo, listen, let me tell you something. I'm scared. I'm afraid. Until my niggas call me and say they made it home. Not because they not dangerous niggas, because some of my most dangerous niggas been taken away.
Yeah, it can happen to anybody.
Some of my most dangerous niggas been taken away, and it hurts. So when we leave each other, we come together, we leave together. If we don't speak to each other, we text each other. And we don't have to respond. I'm in the house. We seen that. We might be getting some pussy. He in the house. I ain't calling him till tomorrow.
Don't matter. Yeah.
I ain't even got to call him for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I know he good.
Yep.
That situation that happened in Massachusetts with the 3 rappers.
I thought it was Detroit,
whatever.
Detroit,
All right, I stand corrected.
I know
Detroit.
exactly what you thought. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I'm telling you,
It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't give a fuck what anybody say.
Weird shit. For real.
Certain situations I'm not going to speak on because it's not in the public eye. But if my nigga goes somewhere, the last place he was tracked to, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, we pulling up.
I'm pulling up.
We pulling up. We got to see what's going on.
And we going to have a conversation.
More than a conversation.
You ain't going to sit up there and tell me my nigga came to see you and ended
ain't
up.
make it home.
Yo, this some Marlowe shit.
Yeah, it's near hell.
This is some Marlowe shit. Like some real life Marlowe shit.
Abandoned houses.
When niggas is in an abandoned house.
Abandoned houses and shit.
Lies
Hell no.
lies all on them. Oh, they gonna sit here for 7 months.
Man, we
Like, nah. I promise you. When you dealing with me, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You take my brother, ain't nobody convincing me nothing. My wife, I will punch that. Listen, I will domestically violence, elbow kick, and body slam that bitch when she try to tell me, you got kids, nigga, you killed my brother? My wife knows. That's why when you watch the movie 300,
Yeah.
those white women, when they went out for war, they gave them some good sex before they left. These bum ass black bitches.
Oh, chill.
Don't you go out there and
that's
fight.
real rap.
No.
Nah, that's really real
Don't you
rap.
go out there and
But
fight
I just
for-
told you earlier, Rick, about the
Don't
black
you go
bitches
fight
and
for
shit like
Ray
that.
Ray.
That's
Not for
really
the Bamber, though.
that's real rap.
Nigga.
That's real rap.
Nah. Listen, I don't listen.
Nah, that's real
My whole
rap.
thing is like, listen.
They don't,
They be vicious, though.
they don't appreciate
But here's
niggas
my
nothing,
here's
bro.
my thing.
The new generation.
Here's my thing
Nah,
though.
don't
vicious,
do
though.
that.
Here's my thing
Yo,
that
boom,
I.
you gotta stick
Respectfully,
with
they
the
be
black
vicious.
queens. What they talking about
But
right
listen,
now?
here's my thing that I
vicious,
let.
though.
Here's my thing I let niggas know though.
That's right.
They be vicious.
I let
though,
niggas
bro.
know. I tell
Respectfully,
niggas,
they
I
be
say,
vicious,
yo.
though.
I'm not a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Whatever my dudes is doing, it's none of my business. And one thing about my niggas, if they doing certain things that they know that I'm not into, it's never going to be a conversation. My niggas is different. That's never. I'm never going to be sitting at a table where narcotics is being sold, or I'm being introduced to the connect. There's no reason.
Take that cup, because he done it.
There's no reason.
Twice already. It's over.
There's no reason, and that's my brother, and that's real shit. There's no reason. But where the fuck is my bottle of water? Where the fuck is my lighter?
They ain't got no water.
So my whole,
Wrapping up, Haas.
so my whole thing, so my whole
Yo,
thing
we've
is
been going for like 10 hours.
nah, but listen,
Wait, how long we been going for?
Ain't no 5
4 hours and what? We've been going for damn near 5 hours?
We been here since 8 o'clock.
Yo, Haas.
We went
finna
crazy,
have,
bro.
I've never done a 5-hour podcast, dog.
So
When
now-
they get with him, this is what they do.
This what they is
but,
going on.
hold up. But you know what? I let everybody speak more than me though. At first, everybody, yo, hold up. Am I right or wrong though? Everybody spoke more than me at first, right? Now,
Well,
now,
Haas, 5 hours, Haas?
but what I want you
5 hours is
to,
crazy.
what I want you to do is right, because I can't do it the way that you do it. The one thing I see niggas doing, and I'm gonna talk to you niggas that's watching, because y'all studying acting, y'all studying me.
Pop your shit, nigga.
Y'all keep on studying.
You the illest light-skinned nigga I ever know, yo. I'll tell you.
Y'all niggas,
Light-skinned nigga I ever met.
y'all niggas keep on interviewing the rappers when I'm sitting here with the niggas that the rappers are mimicking.
That might be definitely a, nah, it
Yeah,
might
that's
be.
hard.
That's a fact.
That's hard.
I don't want to build like if I interview a rapper, right? I give you an example. It's different type of rappers. If I sit down with a rapper, it's gonna be my motherfucking MOP. I want the illest of the ill niggas. I want the underground. I want MOP. I want Billy Gans. I want Young Fame. I want MOP. I want the underground niggas that had to really, really be what I was on the internet. I was the underground nigga. And even still, when you see them putting up Charleston White on every platform, let's be real. Niggas
Could you squash it with him?
Listen.
Charleston.
Here's
That
my
bullshit
thing.
with me.
Listen. Here's my thing, right? With
Now,
Charleston
he
White.
didn't disrespect, though. If he apologized.
Listen.
A little apology.
Here's my thing, right? With Charleston White.
Feel like you want to stomp him out.
Here's my thing. Listen, here's my thing with Charleston White, right?
He gonna call the cops on y'all. Y'all gotta know.
Listen.
Or he gonna pull that gun out. Like
Listen.
Taser.
No, he pulled Mace out.
Mace.
Nah, he showed me some brass
Listen.
knuckles and some tape.
Listen.
He got some
Listen.
new gadgets.
Nah, he was
Listen.
on
He got some new gadgets. I'm gonna
Listen.
put on
He
it.
was on the show,
Yo.
Pop, and he pulled
Act.
the
Yo,
switch.
he pulled out a pig poker. This shit
I
went
seen
out.
that. I seen that.
Shit was a little
He pulled
crazy.
the light out.
On his show.
DJ
I seen that. Yeah, I seen him put a lot out.
Yo, he pulled out a mace. It literally said the mace go
seen him put
89
a
miles
lot
per
out on
hour.
his show.
A car don't even drive that without you breaking
He
it.
different. He different, though.
Y'all gotta leave it alone.
One thing Leah's got to give me credit for, right?
Yeah.
I built Charleston White. I pushed and promoted Charleston White from the beginning.
Yeah, y'all fuck with each other at first.
I pushed him. Here's the thing, right?
Created a monster.
When I sat back and I saw that, D Chambers and 5 Mics got into a beef. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I show Fat Joe love because of our crews is connected. So I put certain beefs out of respect for my big homies and some of my brothers. So we, as men, we do what men do. When 5 Mics and D Chambers got into a beef, I felt like I got love for D Chambers. Him and 5 Mics was brothers. They beefing over something I put on the internet based off of Charleston White. So I seen brothers go at each other because of something I said. So I said on the internet, I'm falling back from this Charleston White shit based off of what I've seen because it's starting wars in the street now. This is not just fun. This is not just entertainment. I didn't like the fact that I seen 5 Mics and D Chambers going at it with each other. And then even still, 5 Mics and Math Hoffa, that ain't got nothing to do with me, but they going at it with each other. As a man, I didn't like the feeling. So I fell back. Now let me say this clearly. To 5 Mics, I wish you the best of your success and whatever you're doing or whatever the case may be. But I will solemnly slap the shit out of you.
Oh, shit.
No, absolutely. I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
chill.
expect that one.
My whole thing is listen. What I'm not gonna
say I solemnly forgive you.
What I'm not gonna do
I
is
never heard that.
I'm not gonna let it. Listen, I am not gonna let a nigga. I'm not gonna let a nigga who paid his way for gangsters, for friends. You paid your way. I paid my way through my gun in the streets. Niggas pay their way through money in the and I'm not letting a nigga like that play with me on this level. So when I say, I forgave you, but at the same time I will slap the shit out of you. You're not on my level.
Forgiveness,
Not only hold up.
Can we forgive?
Hold up.
Nope.
I'm so gangster with it, right?
We'll forgive him.
Listen. We forgive.
I don't even know who he is, but let's forgive him.
I don't like when niggas put me in a category. I'm the type of nigga that, with some of you niggas on the internet, I will Willy Wonka your ass. I will pull out my zipper and take you in the bathroom and you'll come out with your head down like on some Bambaataa shit. Stop playing with me. No homo. No homo.
You can't
No homo.
say shit like that.
Listen, because I'm disrespectful though. I am disrespectful.
They be trying to play with you.
No, but
I get
listen,
you. They be trying to play
so
with
now
you.
y'all want to play with me like that. I don't give a fuck. So now my whole thing. Listen,
can I at least say this? You have made a point though. I haven't seen nobody play with you in your face, right?
Not even whack.
Hold on. You're right. But so this is my question, or maybe like I don't think it's advice. I think it's a question to you. They're not gonna play with you in your face. But they always gonna say stuff when you not gonna be in reach. Exactly. How are you gonna keep dealing with that? Are you gonna keep like, yo, when I see you or damn dude like
listen,
how are you gonna handle it?
I don't have to no more.
They're not gonna do it to you in your face.
Act. You have like on some real shit. I never even really knew your history until I looked into your history. You are absolutely one of the kings of this YouTube shit, undisputedly.
That's a fact.
But
can't argue that for real.
Let me say this, right? I got so fat off of my confidence. I got bad bitches telling me, you look like a pig right now. Even my brother, he was making fun of me. I was eating we was downtown after y'all left. I had the mustard pants on. This nigga was wrecking me like you got food on.
The Queen's Flip shit?
Yeah,
we went to Queen's Flip.
We went down
I had food on. I got bad bitches telling me. Bad bitches telling me. You looking like a pig right now. I don't give a fuck.
It's still gonna fuck you though.
So now, here's the thing, right?
They don't care.
They don't care.
They gonna do whatever. They don't care.
Here's the difference, right?
You know, now you gotta finish that because they gonna be playing.
You gotta
with
be
you.
real.
They don't care.
You have to be real.
Go ahead.
I say what I feel. If I'm wrong, I apologize later. This is what my brothers respect about me. And that's what I move and that's what I stand on. So when I say something and when I mean something, every time you see me, and if I die, I done told you, listen, we on camera right now. My brother T-Mac got stories to tell. My brother is Hoffa. You see Swelly sitting right here, RIU. Like, listen.
Nobody disrespect you. That's what you trying to say.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the reason why you can't disrespect me. It's not because we gonna kill you. It's because we show love to each other even on this camera. When you see us and we all sitting on this camera, right? The difference between Tekashi 6ix9ine and the Brooklyn niggas, they popping Birkin bags. I'm looking for the day that I can sit up there and hustle up enough money to say, yo, here's the down payment on my brother's first house. I might not be able to pay the mortgages, but I'm gonna get you through that fucking door. What you do when you get through that door is what you do. That's what I want from my niggas around me. When I sit up there, niggas call me a hypocrite. When niggas call me a hypocrite, right? When I said I don't go outside and spoke about certain things, I told a certain nigga, matter of fact, I'm gonna show him love. Shout out to my little brother, Five Guard. I used to love that little nigga. And I wish the best for him. Because love kills hate. I told that nigga, my brother coming home and I ain't going outside. My brother coming home, I ain't going outside. My brother coming home, I really stayed in the house with my wife and my kids. When I go outside with my brother, it's the best feeling in the world. Because the system took something away from me that I didn't have. I cried when that nigga left me. I remember me and him had an argument over a phone. And I said to the nigga,
What the fuck is you crying for?
I said, you left me. You know what he said to me? He said, no, they kidnapped me.
Nigga, they took me. Nigga.
They took me.
I ain't leave you, they took me. Fuck, I'll be mad at me because I left, nigga. They took me.
Like, these are our arguments. Like, you got to understand something, right? In these streets. So now my thing is, everything that took my brothers, I be dissing. And people feel like I be dissing my brothers. Oh, he taking shots at y'all. This is what took my brother. I feel like when you get a real nigga back into the streets, run and hide him. When you get a real nigga back into the streets, you got to run and hide him. Some of our brothers, and I use one name for an example, Pistol Pete. That nigga went to jail at 20 years old. Why do people keep trying to make it seem like if he came home right now, he would be still making the same decisions that he made at 20 years old?
That's a fact.
Some of our legends died in their 20s. If you met them in a grown man era, they would be totally different. Mm-hmm. I know who he was when he left. And I know who he is, where he is right now. People can't see the difference in him, but I see the maturity. And the one thing that I have to recognize now is that me being in this fucking social media shit, I have become the biggest promise and the biggest threat. And when you got a woman that loves your husband, a mother that love him, sisters, brothers, whatever, that nigga gonna take you away from us. He beefing with this nigga on the internet. I don't want to beef with nobody. But I had to learn that and get out of my feelings now. So now I gotta be careful what I say, who I respond to, what I do, because what I say on the internet is a representation of what they are outside when another nigga see them. Oh, that's your mans? You solemnly swear? Hold that. I have to be careful with certain shit. We have to be careful. I had a beef with my brother Eric Bennett, right? And he told me out of his mouth, when I told him, mind your fucking business, it ain't got nothing to do with you. He said, how? He said, if this shit pop off, everybody's looking for me to come more than anybody. And my brother was on it. He said, son, I'm at home with my wife and my kids. And you pulling me back into the streets. So boom. After that argument, I get shot up. I'm handcuffed to the hospital bed. My brother, big worm in the hospital, looking around, and he bumps into me like, I'm coughing up blood. He's like, oh shit. I'm charged with shooting 3 people. My brother, my brother knows. So I'm coughing up blood, and Eric, Mac and him came later. Eric came to the hospital when that happened. Immediately. Rule number 1, when your man gets shot up, don't go to the hospital with guns on you.
Hell no.
Because the detectives is looking for retaliation.
Yeah, hell no.
So they locked up my whole crew with guns, leaving the hospital. And that's what Eric was arguing with me about. He was sitting up there saying, you pulling me in your shit. And through that situation, just me being shot, his love for me made him retaliate. Automatically, somebody had to cop out to them guns. It became a bid. All I had to do was stay in the house and mind my business. What you do affects the nigga standing next to you.
Even when you're a victim.
Yes, all right.
Even when you're a victim.
I just want to say one thing. I just want to say thank you, Ak, for having us here. I appreciate you, yo.
Facts.
I salute you.
Right.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Facts.
Thank you.
And I'm quite sure in your lifetime that you dealt with certain people that you said, I gotta leave them alone because something might happen worse. So the worst way you hurt a person is don't fuck with them no more.
Facts.
Yeah.
That kills them more.
That's real right.
That kills them more.
Than anything.
Because time goes and when they see, like, damn.
Oh, you
I
still
supposed
going
to
up?
been here
Yeah,
with them.
damn,
look, they
Yep.
leaving.
Oh,
I
they
supposed
still
to
going
do this
up.
with them.
Facts.
I told him that. I said, yo, why put hands and feet on it? You kill them by not fucking with them more. That's gonna hurt them more. Because they was somebody when they was with you.
Yup.
Now they can't hang with you no more. They nobody.
Nobody.
Facts.
And they wish they could keep being around you. I tell Hassan, homie, listen. What you do is what you do. You feel how you feel. That's your opinion. You got the right to your opinion. I got the right to mine. You got the right to yours. That's how you feel. I can't be mad at you because you feel some type of way. Oh, fuck that nigga. Oh, fuck academic. I see this nigga, I'm going to smack him. No, that's your opinion. You have the right to your opinion.
That's real right.
You see what I'm saying? So I can't, when I be on the platform, like right now, I'm on your platform. You might get 1,001. Oh, you got them bitch ass niggas on here. Oh, this and this and that. I don't give a fuck about what they say.
I'm saying
Because that same person who feel that way ain't do shit for me or did shit for my family, ain't put no food in my refrigerator or nothing. So I don't give a fuck about your feelings. But at the end of the day, as long as you ain't nowhere to put me in no harm,
we fine.
we good.
We good.
But if you put my back
We
against
fine.
the wall,
A different situation.
Different
situation. Fact.
I don't want no problems with nobody. Listen, I'm doing my own podcast coming soon.
Hey, I'm so glad Hassan brought all of you guys because it gave me a better perspective. You know, from the stories, whether it was you. I forgot my man who left. Like I you know, the oldest. Like I enjoyed his perspective.
Shout out to my brother Ish.
My man who was sitting here. Yeah, no. For me, it was, you know, let me tell you this. This is what people won't understand is like, you know, a lot of the internet and like, you know, a hip hop game went on digital and it's online. A lot of the people who are consumers are like me. Like we never lived it. Right. We trying to understand. Right. And you know, I'm just one of the people who I just know I don't have to try to act like I'm something I'm not because I know there's a lot of people like me who never lived it and who just curious. Right. So ain't no shame in trying to say, oh, I don't get it. Right. I'm lime green. I'm gonna ask you them questions. And I appreciate all y'all because I think y'all gave me a great perspective on, you know, how all of these situations kind of manifest because, you know what I mean, for somebody like me or even if you're not even thinking about that type of situation, nobody will understand the shoes that you've walked in. You walked in, definitely you. So I appreciate y'all because, you know, a lot of times, you know, I don't mind being, sometimes people will be like, yo, whatever about me. I don't mind being the butt of the joke or whatever because I am the embodiment of the person who never lived it. Yeah. But I ain't the only one. There's so many people who are intrigued by the shit that even some questions, and people know who follow me, some questions I may have asked tonight, I probably kind of understand it, but I know there's somebody like me who's just like, I just don't understand what these niggas is talking about. Yeah, facts. So I got to ask those questions just to get it. And this is why I think Hassan is so important, right? You know, I think his voice and his presence, you know, I can't represent the streets or where he comes from and his experience better than him. You know, I forgot who said, like, you know, my history in terms of being kind of like, you know, important in terms of like content creation. And this is why I look at Hassan. I'm like, yo, listen.
Let me give you the difference.
I can't really speak. When he says something and I'm watching him, I was like,
let me give you something real quick.
I can't say anything that could really counter it. I could just only learn.
Let me give you something that the people need to hear, right? And some of us is not ready to hear, right? When you tell a street nigga that being a real nigga ain't worth shit, some of them niggas hate you because they don't understand. Everybody got a different definition of being a real nigga. Like, I know that when my brother was in jail, he was still trying to figure out how to make birthdays happen and whatever happened with his children. It's a real nigga. Like, if we gonna play off that, when he was in jail, I got a nigga hit me up right now. One of my hitters. He trying to figure out how I can make him a drug kingpin in jail. And I'm like, nigga, you totally didn't understand who I was when you left. You stupid nigga. And if that's something that you was going to be after all these years, you would have been that already. Nice. You see what I'm saying? Like, for me, I don't want to invest in a kilo of cocaine at this level of life when I prayed my way to this far. I pray for all these niggas. And when I can't pray, I'm going to load up my gun and ask God to protect me. And we're going to figure this shit out. But I'm not a drug dealer. I hate drugs. I love when the mother load get caught by the DA. Bad boy, and what you gonna do? And knocks him and shuck. They be like, 100 keys got caught. Somebody kid is not gonna be molested. That's what I see. No, I don't want niggas to go to jail. Rapists, go to jail. Nigga, you shoot a 2-year-old, 5-year-old, you shooting kids up, nigga, go to jail. Lock them up. If you robbed a senior citizen that live off a disability and when it bought you some sneakers, I hope you go to jail and I hope they fuck you in the ass when you go to jail. You not a real nigga. Real niggas, like, I swear to God, when niggas ask me, yo, Haas, what you gonna do when YouTube is over? I'm gonna rob a drug dealer. I'm a stick-up kid. If I can't feed my family, I'm robbing a drug dealer and I'm gonna enjoy it and my dick is gonna get hard. Because there's something about taking something from a punk nigga that we love.
You know, niggas say, yo, Mac, you know, I love you, yo, you a real nigga. And I'm gonna tell you why they said that, because when I was in the streets, niggas was coming to me, want to give me, yo, let me get some drugs, let me do this and that. I'm like, yo, you don't sell drugs, bro. But what you like to do? Yo, you know, I want to sell shirts and this and that. What you need to get the shirts and get them printed? Like $500-$600. Yo, here go a G. Go do that, yo. Yo, I want to do this and that. Yo, what you like to do? Yo, I like to fuck with computers. Find out what school you can go to. I'm going to pay for your school to go to school. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I was doing. Not saying, oh, I got the young boys, they want to do this. All right, yo, come on. I got your patch for y'all. Why put them someplace to fuck their whole life up for the rest
When I told that nigga right there, I wanted to be the dope dealer, that I knew I wasn't supposed to be, I hated myself for that. Pop, this not you. He told me this not you. Not only did he tell me this is not you, but the nigga gave me money to stay in the house. When it was time for me to come outside and be Wolverine, I used to want to fucking slap the shit out of this nigga. You know why? He said no. There was reason for me to eat niggas' food. And he would say no. Absolutely not. But I'm like, why? I'm pushing the issue. No. When niggas love you, and I can say that, because I had a lot of pieces of shit around my life when I grew up, that nigga right there paid me to stay in the house. My first car, he bought me my first car. I was like, Mac, just help me to get some money, blah, 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 blah. He bought me my first car.
When remember The Wire, right? You know who Brother Musan was?
Of course.
That's what they call him in my hood.
The man with the tuxedo from
Listen,
Baltimore.
That's what they call him.
From New York.
No, he
Was he from New York?
Out to Baltimore.
No, he moved out of New York.
Oh, he's from New
He
York,
come
right?
down. They call him. He comes down. But listen, that's what they called him in my
Only
hood.
nigga who really gave it to Omar.
That's what they called him in my hood. Like, yo, you got Brother Musan over here. When he come, they know it's no. He's coming for a reason.
Brother Musan was coming on some contract shit.
With him, listen, with him, he had situations that could have been situated 1,000 times over. And the one thing that I loved about him, he said, go home. And I'm going to tell you something else too, right? That's why like my wife can't sit up there and say, yo, if I say do X, Y, Z, my wife can't tell me shit because there was a time, he's convicted now.
Hold on.
Well, my nigga, he gave me some shit that he told me he didn't want to give me, and I fucked the whole package up. And he was like, and you know what? Niggas would have killed you for fucking the whole. He was like, nigga,
I knew he was going to fuck it up.
And he knew it. My nigga, listen.
My nigga Jay-Z said he lost 92 bricks.
92
Listen.
bricks in the car still.
I might as well
Is
get
that
a 92
facts?
brick. The nigga said, yo, I'm not a drug dealer. So I hand this shit
Jay?
off. Listen,
Can't lose
act. I hand this shit off to another nigga. But the difference was, right, one thing I could say, the nigga that I handed shit off to, the feds locked the whole crew up, and he never told. And he just recently passed away. He never told. So nobody never got locked up, and he stood tall. Shout out to my nigga. You know who my nigga is. He's dead. I ain't saying his name because he got motherfuckers that also branched off of him. But at the end of the day, my nigga knew I wasn't no fucking drug dealer. I was a killer.
Oh my God. Hey, listen. Are we at 5 hours, man? I think we at listen. I'm gonna give Haas and his illustrious crew, anybody want to get the last word, man. Jesus Christ, Haas, you gotta come in here at least like it's been like too long.
Once a month.
It's a reason
Well,
why
3 times
we doing
a month.
5 hours. If
But
we
act,
could have hit
act.
Do you think I'm trying to set him up?
Act.
Does it look like a setup, brother?
Nah. I knew when I came here.
Yo, Haas came in here and came.
I knew when
somebody probably
listen.
had a duct tape and like some wire and all type of shit. Haas thought I was setting him up.
Acting. No, the caliber of niggas that I brought with me was to pass the torch. Because here's
You
what,
brought the official niggas tonight, though.
But here's what you gotta understand, son, right? What you gotta understand is, right, is that you are transitioning into a different platform. And when you have to rely on certain conversations, my niggas ain't compromised. And they're not gonna compromise their integrity just because they see a rat nigga with dollars. Niggas is not doing that. When you dealing with niggas and you dealing with a J Prince, which we got to go back into in a part 2, because we ain't really touch on that the way we were supposed to touch on that. Because we was like, listen,
Jesus Christ.
we enjoyed that, but we gotta have conversations. Like,
oh no, of course.
Hospitality. One thing my brother said that we made clear, right? We come together, we leave together. That's very important to us. If you come in our circle, I don't have to be there. If you pull up in my circle, and I know certain brothers of my brothers is there, and I know my brothers is standing there, I don't have to be there. Because if my brother...
They made it clear. It feels like if I pull up on behalf of Haas
but
and
hold
I'm
up.
with you, you want to make sure I get home.
You see,
you
see how you see T-Mac right there, right?
Yeah.
I had a situation
That's real rap.
with us in the club, right? Crazy situation. I had a crazy situation. It was one of the illest situations ever. It was the night that I was going to rock a certain DJ Snotbox. I ain't going to say his name. Because I was going to kill her. One of the biggest DJ in New York, I was going to kill him.
No. You quit that life, though.
Listen. No, I was going to listen.
So this was after he was in
all right,
that.
so he said it. So fuck it.
Okay.
So now, listen, right? We end up in the club that night, right?
Who niggas just said? Hold on.
Funkmaster Flex. When I was in jail, listen, so he guessed it, but so I'm going to be real. When I was in jail, Funkmaster Flex said some slick shit about my brother BL. He was like, "You live by the sword, you die by the sword."
How do you know he was talking about that?
Because I knew.
Because I knew. Oh, okay.
So I knew. So when I came home from jail, right, it was a situation where my brothers got into a fight with my brother Chris Ali. This is Big Chris. Now, if you know anything about
Violators?
Yeah, if you know anything about Chris Lighty.
Violators.
Big Chris, he was there that night. He the one that made Chris Ali. Them niggas like Jerry and all the Violators was my building. Chris Lighty, being from Bronx River, he used their name, turned it into a business. Make a long story short, my brothers was getting ready to fight. Like Mac is my brother. And my brother, my Coke boy brother, I ain't gonna say his name because he might not want his name saying, like, they got into it with Chris Ali. Chris Ali is now Jerry's brother, my big brother, in the same building. When I said no, my brother said no. I was mad at these niggas because that night I was gonna get that nigga. Because it was the first time I had him. But 2 fights broke out between my crews with other crews that we was brothers, and it stopped it. And I guess it was God's plan because I was going to rock that nigga Snotbox. But shout out to him now because I don't feel the same way no more.
But he left. That's what he left.
I got to pray for Hassan. So, Hassan, we got to say a prayer together, man.
Y'all want to give a shout out to the Bronx.
Courtlandt,
New York City, man. Let's bring this music back, baby.
The Bronx.
Let's bring this music back.
Good,
BX,
man.
baby.
Soundview Projects,
HBC,
man.
baby.
Courtlandt,
Courtlandt,
man. You know the
Hey,
vibe.
by the way,
Soundview.
ironically, I knew this was going to be a multi-part conversation, but 5 hours in, I feel like we had part 1.
Yeah, you already.
We not about to keep going though.
Act, you got a whole act. You know what you got though, right?
You could pop. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Listen.
Now that you know, we're not setting nobody up. You know you could pop. You could just be like, yo, Act, yo, what you doing tomorrow? I'm gonna pop in.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Act. We see what the system is trying to do with us.
Yeah.
We better cash out right now. And even still, if something happened to me right now, you got my brothers. I pass the torch. Like when I tell you my brothers, they don't agree with everything I say. These niggas are like, this nigga's fucking retarded. But at the same time, my brothers are saying that we gotta love each other. And one thing when you gotta refer to real shit, man, you got my brothers. So when you like you take, like if something happened to me, you take the torch.
I like how you stepped out tonight because, you know, there's certain people who obviously they don't like you when they're trying to change a conversation about you. And I'm like, well, Hassan be doing this thing, and they always come back, well, Hassan don't be outside this at third. So that's what they say. It's clearly just.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on.
Well, America, right? The American dream for the American real nigga is to be able to watch our children get off the school bus. The American dream for the real nigga is to sit up there and say, how could I have better sex with my wife when we know we struggling and we mad at each other because we can't comprehend certain things, but we still trying to comprehend. Like the American dream for the Native Americans, who we are, is to figure out how that song go by Jaheim, gotta find my way back, way back. When you get into a relationship with a woman, and even with your brothers, when you have that fallout, you gotta find your way back. Because y'all love each other, but because sometimes certain things were said, and you went through certain things, you don't know how to find your way back. I love mines. And when I die, I want my niggas to know I love mines. That's it. When you sit back and you analyze Hassan Campbell, every chance I get, I'm going to shine a light on my brothers.
And he's sending, and that, with that being said, he's sending a ladder. Everything he say, he been a man of his word. It's so important that when you get to a certain level, to send a ladder. And I think a lot of people don't really get that or understand that. When you get to a certain level, you can't be who you say you are and you not sending a ladder. You can't help everybody. That's not the way this life thing goes. But you can help somebody, though. And I'm quite sure, Ak, you done sent the ladder for 1 million people who couldn't do nothing for you. Shit. And it didn't benefit you either. You just sent the ladder just cause. Or I'm just going to send a ladder because I got love for them and I want to see them win. Yeah. When we started rocking one song, he sent the ladder just cause. Oh, these the baby bros and they mind is right. They ain't on no nonsense. They not ducking anything. They not running from anything. But they also not on no nonsense. Oh, I want to see them win. So I think it's so important that the time we in and the era we in, if you say you everything you say you are, you send a ladder. Because the same way you send a ladder for me, I send a ladder to the baby bros in my hood. They go everywhere with me. Yo, we going to do this tonight. Oh, y'all coming outside. I know y'all don't got no money. Y'all don't got this. Y'all don't got nothing. Y'all going to get off this block for a few hours. True. Just cause. Because this is what the big bros is doing for me. This is what Hassan doing for me. Mac. This is what they doing for yo, Swelly, Rico, yo, oh, y'all come out. We good. This is what we doing tonight.
It's passing the ball.
It's passing the ball. You get what I'm saying?
Act, you know what I learned?
Passing the ball.
Paying it forward.
Act, you know what I learned?
Yeah, you got to pay it forward. Yeah. Shit.
If World War III happened tomorrow, right? If World War III happened tomorrow, right? And I'm sitting up there celebrating 6-figure checks. I'm getting all this money. When shit hit the fan, nigga, now you in poverty too. Exactly. And you got to go back to these same real niggas in the hood.
Motherfuckers don't understand that.
To help you hunt to the hood. Because the suburbs is about to become the hood.
Mm-hmm. Nobody do it better than Hammer. Don't forget.
Hammer took everybody with him.
That's right, went broke.
And went broke.
Taking his people with him.
When I go, my whole thing is, I'm passing the torch. Because one thing about it is, the people is the merchandise. You are the store. So even if you got $2,500 people, how many dollars could you pull out of that store? And that's why I try to say to you, what Wack was supposed to help me with, Wack, like, yeah, we gonna come with this, that, whoop-de, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. Shut the fuck up, you. Like, listen, Wack, I need you to help me. I got a big booty transvestite that needs your help. We out.
And with that said, man, listen, 5 hours of Off the Record. Thank you, Hassan Campbell.
Man, Swelly,
thanks to everybody.
Rico G's, all right.
Salute to all them. Follow their team. Follow everybody, man. Yo, it's your boy Akademiks.
Swelly, all right, you, man. Hop up on the merch.
Thank you.
Follow us. Appreciate you, man.